79 to 04 Mustang is the best budget drift kart in the world.
Tough statement.
Regardless what anyone tells you, the 4.62 valve, if you keep oil in it, that thing's just going to keep running. You know how Shane treats his. We're doing stuff that's never been done. Again, I pull up them Cobra knuckles, dude. Like, anytime we broke an axle, it's a wheel bearing. We was like, let's make the wheel bearing block removable and make it flat. It's like, well, the wheel bearing blocks are removable. Let's just make it offset to where you can flip it to make it drop spindle.
Is there any details of the changes you can say on the S197 kit?
The rearmost control arm mount on it is like a lollipop design. We're not going to do what everyone else is doing, these like quick adjusters or whatever it may be. I'm not going to say it's indestructible, but it will not limit and allow on-car adjustment without ever removing the wheel.
Did you want to go into the Scott ordeal?
Bro. All right.
You want me to start it off with a question? That I'm sure most people want to know.
Let's start it with that.
Welcome back to the Circle Drift podcast. I do apologize that it's been a couple of weeks. Obviously, as you can tell, I've been a little sick. We actually ended up taking a trip up to Michigan to go snowboarding. And then after that, I had polecat. So big mix in weather, I think, really messed up my sinuses. So bear with me through this intro. We'll get there. But today we are actually going to be at Synergy Race Development to speak with Matthew Glasscock. He is the owner of the company where they make a bunch of Mustang parts, more specifically angle kits and a whole bunch of other stuff too. But today we're getting into all of that and even running into a situation that a lot of comp drivers do where they need to decide if they're going to buy a bigger truck, a bigger trailer, or even a Toterhome, which was pretty interesting. So hopefully some of these topics can help a lot of you guys out there, but this podcast specifically is sponsored by Conc, but more on that a little bit later. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the podcast. All right, well, we are in quite an unusual setting, not for me, but for you guys, but we have Mr. Matthew Glasscock, and yes, that is how you say it.
It's spelled just like it sounds.
Yeah.
Glasscock. Yeah. Synergy Race Development, whatever you want to call it, all that good stuff.
Yeah, which is also why Cox Stunt Parts.
Exactly.
Is kind of what it is.
Secondary company, Cox Stunt Parts, Glasscock. It's the whole thing. That actually started as a joke. Like it really
did. It really?
It really did. Like, yeah. So in my home garage, when I first I got laid off from motorcycle shop, whatever, and I started making stunt parts for the buddies, and they were like, "Bro, you need to like do this like for everyone, make it full time." And it was literally a joke. He's like, "What are you gonna name it? Like Glasscocks or something?" I was like, "Nah, Cox." He's like, "You won't do it." I said, "Watch me." Bro, I'm telling you right now, the look on loan officer's face when I tell them, I'm like, "Yeah, it's Cox Stunt Parts LLC." And they're like,
"Are you sure?"
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. They hit me with that like COX. I'm like, "No, exactly how it sounds." So yeah, it's fun. It's fun little thing to do.
Have you ever thought about changing it at all?
Dude.
Is it like worth it?
So yes, I've thought about changing it. Yes, I have.
We're obviously not as childish as, well, I guess. Not as childish as you used to be.
Read the room, Dawson.
We're still playing with a bunch of fucking toys.
Dude, yeah, we're just, I mean, we're all big kids at heart, really. And, you know, I've looked into it and I've thought about changing it to be more professional and stuff. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, you know, my clientele, like, none of them they don't care. They love it. Half of them love it, you know. And a lot of times I'll get customers in the past more so that were like, "Yo, I don't care how good a part it is. I wouldn't put something that says Cox on my bike." I'm like, "Okay, well, I don't want you for a customer." So, you know, like if your sense of humor, you know, isn't good enough for it, then whatever. There's other companies. Pick one.
I don't. Well, there's really not even a professional like league or anything for stunt riding, so it's not like there's actual professionals in the sport.
Yeah, like the dude in the United States, like Jason Britton, who's sponsored by Kawasaki. That's about the only
close as you get.
Professional, you know. And yeah, he gets paid to do shows and stuff, but of course he's got a shop and all that stuff that I believe actually pays his bills, if you know what I mean. So, is what it is.
No, yeah. Well, obviously, the people haven't seen you on the podcast, so give them a little rundown on who you are specifically, because we obviously have a different name that's sitting behind you.
I was on the
So,
podcast.
oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
shit.
been like,
Dude, that was forever ago.
Forever ago. Yes.
Holy shit. Okay, well, then give them an updated
And-
announcement on who you are,
and-
because that was so long ago that I'm sure
Oh, dude. Yeah.
there's
That
some
was,
newbies.
yeah, that was when I was still building my S1i7. So, yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
over 2 years ago. Almost.
You had
to the
just, that was
T.
your first year drifting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. If I remember right.
Jesus.
That's
God, that was
dude,
forever ago.
forever ago. Wow, what a journey. What a journey it's been.
For those that don't know, I do social media stuff for Synergy. That's why, yeah.
Yeah,
So if it seems like a memory trip or anything throughout the podcast, that's probably why.
and sorry for any side quests that we end up on, because
that too.
you know, it is what it is. But yeah, no. So since seeing me last, Lord, changed the name of the company. First off, it used to be the Scotty D, Scotitty, or Scotty Titty, however you wanted to say it. I mean, dude, I've heard so many variations of it. It was, to be fair, it was spelled funny and hard to sound out, I guess, for whatever. But
I
anyway,
always wondered why it was spelled that way. I never understood that.
because the person who originally started it, he wanted it
But
to.
like that's what I'm saying. Like his name wasn't even spelled that way. So it
I
didn't
know,
make
but
sense.
he wanted to. From my understanding, from conversation with him and whatnot, he kind of wanted to give it the like more luxurious brand kind of deal.
That didn't work.
Well, is what it is. Long story
Yeah,
short,
yeah. Anyways,
changed it to Synergy, something that rolls off the tongue a little easier and whatnot. And of course, it still shares the same logo and everything like that. So
now I was still confused when you went to Synergy too, because like it just seemed like such a random word.
why
to
Synergy?
choose. Yeah. So explain the backstory as to why you chose that.
Okay, all right. So long. How could I put this? Long story short, okay. I did a ton of research trying to figure out a new name for the brand and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I really want to carry over the S, so I really wanted to start with an S, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, what things, like what principles and things do I stand for, and all these things, and blah 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 blah. And long story short, I don't remember who said it or how it come up in conversation, but they said the term synergy, and I'm like, oh, that's such a buzzword, you know. But I was like, what's the definition? What's the actual definition of synergy?
Right.
And
I had no clue at the time.
right. So like I look it up, and it was where multiple entities or people come together to create something that's greater. And I'm like, yo, like no business, I don't care who you are, no business is just you at that point. So I looked at it, I was like, it's multiple guys. It takes me, it takes Shane, it takes Corey, it takes Paris, it takes whoever, Tom, whoever, to come together to create this company. I'm like, yo, like this kind of makes sense. Like I know it's a silly buzzword, but I felt it was fitting. It starts with an S. It's got a good ring to it. And I'm like, I'm going to roll with it. And trust me, I benched that name for probably 2 weeks trying to find something else.
What were some other names?
Dude, I can't even. There's so many of them. I tried stuff with like slide and spelling slide funny because the S. And yeah, dude, so sideways, I tried so much stuff, and it was also cliche, so how could I put it? It wasn't my first choice, but then I realized it was the best choice for the situation. So that's what I went with.
Well, I think it looks good, especially the way we kind of revised the font and
Absolutely.
stuff like that too.
Absolutely.
Doesn't it actually? It's visible. It's legible whenever you see it on the car.
Yeah, when you see it, and because it's kind of a standard word, like you see it, it's easy to know what it says real quickly. You don't have to sit there and try to sound it out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so after the whole split, we don't have to go into the details of why the split. That's nobody's business. Or
Right,
anything,
right.
But what? Shane. She's like, I don't want to fucking hear it. If you want to go into it, we can. But I'm not here to like dig dirt up. Like that's
hold
not.
on. Which split, dude? This is starting out juicy.
So Justin, for anyone that doesn't know, was a part of the company too. We can get into that.
Yeah.
I don't think people. Sorry, Justin, but I don't think people really care about that part.
Well,
nobody really knew who Justin was.
Right. He always wanted to keep a back, like kind of a back burner kind of deal, or whatever, in the shadows. I will touch on that for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
So I did actually have a partner. Me and Justin were a partner for like 8 years, I believe, if I remember right. I think it was
before Scott, right?
But before Scott. This was before that. But we were partners for like 8 years and whatnot. And Justin actually taught me about machining and all of that. I had no experience with machining prior to him. So I got to thank him a lot for all that he taught me over the years. But it just got to the point to where his dream was to take the company or companies in this direction. My dream was to take it this way. And it was one of them things we just kind of, shook hands and was like, hey, this has been a great run, but you want to do this and pursue it? I want to do this and pursue it. Here's a check. And adios, no hard feelings, no nothing like that. And we still talk, and whatnot. And so that's still good. But yeah, just so anyone that thought that I had a partner at one time or whatever, I did have one, but I do not anymore. Solo dolo on this.
Now, just to give some context as to why there was a difference in like future vision, he is not a drifter. Like he doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
Not a drifter. Not motorsports. I wouldn't say aren't like his thing in life. So
he almost has like, if you had to explain his attitude, or not attitude, but like just the way his persona is very engineer-esque, like very like shut off engineer. Because there are some engineers that are very like bubbly, like the new engineer. Dude, he could talk for hours. It's incredible for an engineer.
Oh yeah,
which we'll get into.
We'll get into that.
Pretty cool character, but
yeah.
I don't even remember what my point of that was.
Saying that Justin's persona or whatever. And yes, Justin was very much an engineer. For what you think of, he was an engineer. He was still, he still had his moments. He was fun and whatnot. But I'm telling you now, the dude was like, just, I don't know how else to say it other than like the hyper, like super autistic, like, oh, let me figure out what's broken in this line of code, and I'm going to tell the manufacturer what's broken and how to fix it, kind of deal. Like, that was his thing, dude. He just loved machining. He's passionate about it and still is.
But he's still doing it.
Yeah, he's still doing it. He's still doing, like contract machining on for his customers or whatever.
Do you know what stuff is he making now? Do you know?
Dude, actually, I don't know what all I can share, but I do know I can share this one. Blackbird Performance, a Gen 3 Hemi company.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jeff, it's a company Jeff Turk actually started, which Jeff Turk is like an ex-CEO of Holley. So, so Jeff, Jeff hit the ground running with that company. Like, hats off to Jeff on that one. And we were doing that all here, but that's one of the contracts that he kept when he left. And he does all of their machining and whatnot. And we still powder coat like their valve covers and front covers and stuff for their engines. So it's been a great working relationship still, But that's all the ones that I know of that I could say,
Right.
But yeah.
Did you want to go into the Scott ordeal?
Bro. Dude, Shane's over here trying to. You know what? All right.
You want me to start it off with a question? That I'm sure most people want to know.
Let's start it with that.
Did Scott ever own the company in any way while you were in ownership as well?
Damn, you're really coming out with this kind of question. I'm sure the
I mean,
people
that
wanna
like
know.
clarifies majority of the drama behind it.
The
if,
drama,
like,
yeah, and Lord, so much drama. Okay, to clarify, um, I originally purchased the company from Scott, who was the original person that started it. Okay, um, that was probably almost 4 years now, something like that. It's been a long time. I feel like about 4 years ago, I
feels
purchased it from
longer,
him.
honestly.
It may have been longer. I can't remember. I'd have to look and see what the actual date was. But I purchased the company from him, clean, clear, the car, everything, all the inventory he had. And
The
then,
car is in the LS swapped SN95.
yes, yes. Um, so, long story short, after some time, I don't want to get into a lot of details, but he was basically like, he could use a job and whatnot. And I'm like, well, you're doing some contract work for me now. I was like, we can keep that up. And the subject to him moving here come up and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, sure, have him here. It's a body, right? More labor and whatnot. So I offered him a salaried position, just to clear the air on that. It was a salaried position.
Pretty healthy at the time,
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
might add.
yeah. Oh yeah, and with drifting paid, too,
Yeah.
and get to drive his old car. But
I
offered
was
him,
paid for.
yeah, dude. Like offered him a salary position. Come back. Everything was good at first, whatnot. And I'm not gonna knock Scott as far as like his talents or whatever. Like the dude could design things and everything and make things work. It was all fine and dandy. But we started bumping some pretty serious heads because he felt, I think, like he was still an owner and had that executive power. And in turn, like I asked him to design this one particular angle kit. He told me no. I asked him to design another angle kit. He said no. And after the second no, just plumb right refusal, like I was like,
What do you want to say? What the kits were for? Or
well, one of them, I'll talk on the one because I still want to do the other one. But the
okay, I
one,
was about to say, are they already done?
one of them is already done. The wild angle kit.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah, the
That's
wild angle
interesting.
kit.
We'll get into that in
Yeah.
a little bit.
So
but-
that was actually something that I wanted to do. I wanted to pursue that, and he tried to tell me no, and
wow.
I'm like, yo, like, like, I kind of pay you. This is what
A
I'm paying
bigger
you to
kit
do.
is like almost inevitable for an angle kit company too. That's crazy.
Dude, I don't know. Long story short, he just, I guess thought it wouldn't sell or something. I don't know. That wasn't his worry though, whether it would sell or not. I would just want him to design the daggone thing, that way I could make it. But anywho, we do make it now. So, and then the other one is still on the whiteboard. It's still on the to-do list. So I don't want to talk on it yet. Because
Say what car it is, I'll bleep it.
Say what car it is?
Yeah, I'll bleep it.
All those, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but AAD, unfortunately, beat us to the punch on that already.
Yeah.
But
isn't that who Cho's using? Cho FDM?
Yeah.
With his RB charger?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the only one on the market currently.
It's like red, isn't it?
Yeah, they
red
do.
angle.
Well, they do like red and blue anodized and whatnot. Like Parker makes. I know Parker. I know the owner.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I actually was at his wedding. So,
Hell yeah.
He makes really great products, everything like that. I'm not going to knock his products at all.
Yeah.
But obviously I feel like me and Tom could make a really nice kit that we could probably do some things that could have been overlooked, because at the end of the day, there's always areas to improve something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
Which what we're doing now. We're improving a lot of things at the moment.
That's right. We're improving a lot of things going on and whatnot. But to finish off your question, no, Scott never owned anything after the company was sold to me. He just thought he did.
I still wonder what he's doing now. Like he's just gone MIA completely.
Yeah, not a clue. Like,
but I don't
completely
know.
blank on social media. I don't know.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, tax season's here and race season is literally around the corner.
and actually not even around the corner. It's here. And one of the main things that we need as drifters is wheels that can hold up to the abuse we put them through that actually still look pretty good as well. Like one of my all-time favorites, the Chrome Neos. Or even one of the most hyped Concs, the Astro. Or maybe you're even the original K&P type of guy. And those are just my top 3 of the wheels that are in the current tax season sale from Conc, which they also refer to as the garage sale. So if you are looking to load up on some new wheels, or maybe you just finally want to get those ones that you've been eyeballing forever, now's the time to do it. And you can check out their website, and soon enough, we will have them on circleofdrift.co as well. Take advantage of it while you can, and let's get back into the podcast.
Well, I guess let's tell me about the Tom, right?
Oh, we'll go jump right into the new engineer.
Yeah, I want the one who took his place.
Dude, all right.
Because he, like, I'll play some videos. Well, I'll cut to a quick video because his videos are really long.
Oh, yeah, Tom's a talker,
long.
bro.
So I'll cut to a clip of one of his videos so you can understand some context to who Tom is.
Will it be
Very
shirtless
interesting
Tom?
Dude. Shirtless Tom.
Shirtless Tom.
Oh, I didn't know
Dude,
that. Hold
dude,
up.
So, dude, no,
What?
like this guy, Tom, he's such a nut, dude. He's such a nut. But he lives in Florida, and it's hot down there, right? And his shop doesn't have AC, so half the videos he makes, he's shirtless in
Okay,
them.
that makes sense.
It's hilarious, dude. People on the internet you either have the people that love it or the people that are yelling at him to put a shirt on. Like, there's no in between with it. But yeah, dude, no, I'll talk about Tom. Because I actually want to tell you how the whole me and Tom thing worked out, like how it all came to be.
That was gonna be my next question.
Right. Yeah. So I'll start with that to just lead right into Tom. So, long story short, on one of the Facebook pages, the Mustang pages, Tom had gotten Miles Flick's car to build it for him. And we had sponsored Miles, like an angle kit and all that stuff, our quick angle kit that we had at the time. Long story short, Tom can't leave nothing alone, right? Engineer, he can't help it, and I don't blame him. He's going to put it all on, and then he starts talking about it and whatnot, and he did actually compliment the machine work on that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did that. But he was like, he's like, this is a fine kit. He's like, if you just want something to bolt on and go, like, this is great. He's like, but I think I can make this better. So me being me, I've fired an engineer, and I'm sitting over here.
Which kit was this?
This was the quick angle kit, the original angle kit that we had.
It's like just a flat bar.
Just a flat plate.
I saw this video.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm standing back going, well, I wonder what he's going to do, right? So I'm keeping an eye on his socials, and he starts posting little updates, and I see which which direction he's going, which is what initially is the wild kit. But I had wanted to start on that, so I had pulled stuff into CAD and stuff like that, and I already had an idea. And I'm like, okay, in order for him to accomplish this, he's going to have to move the wheelbase this exact amount. He's going to have to move this to here, this to here.
You use this as a test.
Exactly. Tom had no idea. But I knew every hurdle he was going to hit, and I was watching him as he was doing it, and I'm like, okay, he's going to do this. I'm like, and then this is going to happen. And he's like, okay, well, guys, I did this. Well, but now it's doing this. So now I've got to do this. And I'm like, And then finally, it got to the point to, I don't remember which thing it was. It may have been, it could have been something with, like when he made the pern rods or something like that. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, you're going to end up with this situation. And this is where I ended my journey. And then I watched him just breeze right over it. He's just like, yeah, so it did this, and this is what I did. And I was like, yo.
He beat you at your own game.
I'm like,
he said, fuck you, dude.
I'm like, all right. Like, so it was literally was a test, and he passed it, and then he even answered the bonus question and got it right. I'm like, yo. I'm like, all right. So I message him. I'm like, yo.
So how much do you cost?
I mean, kind of, but, I just messaged him. I'm like, yo, me and you need to have a talk. He's like, okay, what about? I'm like, it's going to be a good talk. I'm like, here's my number. Like, let's talk about some things. And that's what I did. Like I called him and I explained to him exactly that. Is like, I was watching this, I knew all these things you were going to have to do, and you were overcoming them. And I was like, you're developing the kit that I wanted to develop anyway, so let's work together. And he was like, ooh, synergies. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, exactly, bro. So, long story short, that's where we started, was right there. He's like,
That's so funny.
he's like, all right. He's like, I can do all this, whatever. Here's the dollar amount kind of deal. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's see what you got. And then he did it. And I'm like, well, hey, here's the next project. And he's like, all right, cool. No problem. Done. I'm like, well, here's the next project I want to do. He's like, dude, give me 10 minutes. I'm like, here's the
10
next.
minutes.
The spindle gussets. Remember when I bent my spindle at East 10?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, how am I going to fix this spindle? And I literally called Tom. I was like, yo, here's my idea. He goes, yeah. He's like, just give me the CAD. He's like, no problem. I was like, okay, cool. I'll send it to you now. He goes, yeah. He's like, give me 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. Now,
What
to
the fuck?
be fair, if like he's trying to do contract engineering for somebody, he takes longer than 10 minutes. All right. All right. Just so you know.
It's a little more tedious. There's more hoops to go through.
Yeah. It's a little different. But
More red tape, you know.
yeah, I mean, the way the bank account's set up, the checking and the saving, you know how it goes. But yeah, dude, it's just been one project after another. And we've really been, I'm going to use the term vibing. We've really been vibing because a lot of the things we want to do is just kind of like the next step, right?
Yeah.
We're just like, yo, well, what about this? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. And then we'll do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can do that. And it's just, dude, it's been one thing after another. It's just been a snowballing thing. And just like currently, like we're working on the S197 kit for like my car and whatnot. And the kit was fine. Like you've seen me drive on it for 2 years, no issues.
Yeah.
Like beat the crap out of my car. But
Could be better, obviously. Yeah.
right. There's always room for improvement. And
I always felt like you seemed, it was a good amount of angle, but it seemed like less angle than majority of people out there would have. Especially
like
at Pro-Am.
yeah, it was everything I could do with my knowledge to be able to squeak out the last just couple degrees of angle out of that thing, and then I'm flirting on that line of over centering. And that's the last thing you want. You don't want over centering. Lord help you. You start bending stuff, breaking stuff, wheel gets stuck to lock and all that. But so with this, we've got our starting point. I'm like, here's where I'm starting at. Here's where, like the things that I noticed, because not only is it something I sell, but it's something I use. I'm like, here's the things I noticed. Here's what needs to be improved. I'm like, all right, Tom, go.
Yeah.
And boom. And of course, we've been using like little things that we've picked up along the way of developing these other angle kits and these other arms and stuff, and just implementing it right out of the box on this new angle kit. So it's making it even easier and faster to do the same work because we already know what we're shooting for. We know how to get there. It's just at the end of the day, I mean, suspension is nothing more than points in space. So connect the dots. You know what I mean?
Way to make people feel dumb.
Well, hey, no, there's like I'm not trying to make somebody feel dumb by any means, but it literally is points in space, right? That's what suspension is, and then you got the kinematics behind it. How it moves, what vertices, at the end of the day, though, it's still points in space, and we know where we want these points. So then all we got to do is just draw the part that fits in the constraints. And in turn, that's what we're doing. And it should be pretty cool, dude. We've got a lot of cool stuff about to roll out for the S197, including something that is going to be kind of a first of its kind, I'm going to say, in the drift world.
Well, before I ask a question on that, is there any details of the changes you can say on the S197 kit?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. So it's going to be very much reminiscent of the Wild kit that we currently have for the Fox and the SN chassis. And what I mean by that is like that you can achieve neutral Ackerman. and the trust lower control arm, which allows us to do like sway bar pickup points on the lower control arm. It makes it a little stronger without increasing weight, which is, you know, a big thing. Because the arm that we currently have versus this super Gucci, ultra beefed up, like pretty cool looking piece of arm, there's 1 pound difference in it at this point, and one of them is way stronger than the other. So
Interesting.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's going to be something that gets improved. We're going to correct the wheelbase on the car as well, which will also improve the tie rod geometry and angles. And in turn doing that will allow us to get more angle out of the car. I'm going to say it now. It'll hit 70 degrees or we'll die trying.
Yeah.
You
You'd have a
know.
little more scrub at that point too, right?
You can, depending on
if you add the caster.
right. It's all going to be dependent upon what the caster needs to be with the amount of trail that we have in the spindle. Because the S197 from factory we were looking at, it's got a ton of trail in the spindle. So we're playing with that to see where we want it to land and whatnot. But the big thing on the S197 kits, which everyone struggles with, is the rear mount. The rearmost control arm mount on it is like a lollipop design.
Oh, that's gay. Yeah.
Yeah, and like E46, like they have that style, like a little lollipop right there. So we're not going to do what everyone else is doing, where they're doing like these like quick adjusters or whatever it may be. We're actually going to make a pretty cool part for back there that should be, I'm not going to say it's indestructible, but it will not limit range of motion. That control arm can just do whatever it wants as far as up and down. And in turn will be super strong and allow on-car adjustment without ever removing the wheel to do so.
The wheel entirely.
That's right. That's right.
I guess a lot of that would factor into having the specific jack stands for it.
So go ahead,
To be able to do that, right? I mean, obviously, I think normal jack stands
normal
would work.
jack
You
stands
just wouldn't
would work.
have the.
No, yeah.
We'll get into that, but
Yeah. Normal jack stands would work for that. But no, like you should be able to essentially jack up the car and just a couple of hand tools, reach in through the fender well, and be able to adjust your caster on the fly.
Which, I mean, in theory, with most quick adjusters, I guess you could technically do it with the wheel on as well.
You could. You absolutely could. But at the end of the day, you're still orienting a rod end in a unnatural orientation, is what I'm going to say, on like that side. Like the E46, how the rod end sideways. It's putting a load on that rod end, let's call it like a front to back load.
Yeah.
They don't like that much, so you get a lot of premature wear there. You know, this will not be that at all. So it's gonna be cool.
I assume it's still gonna be bolt in.
Yeah, it's still gonna be bolt in, of course. It'll bolt into OEM location,
Wow.
OEM
Okay.
subframe, all that, and then we're also gonna do some other cool stuff with the geometry up front, involving that piece to allow people to be able to adjust their anti-dive.
Explain that for anyone that doesn't know what anti-dive is.
Anti-dive. Oh, it's fun.
You don't hear that a lot.
Right. It's the opposite end of the car. You hear a lot about anti-squat or pro squat. Well, on the opposite end of the car, it's the same thing, just reversed. Anti-dive versus pro dive. How many times, if you jump in almost any stock car, you go out, you hit the brakes, the front end of the nose dives down.
Yeah.
It's a pro dive car. Well, it's just like with anti-squat. You adjust your angle of the control arm there, and it becomes anti-dive, to where when you hit the brake, it no longer wants to pull the front of the car down. It will either
the angle of the control arm, or like where the shock mounts to the control arm.
Nothing
to do with the shock. Because I mean, obviously, if you tilt the bottom of the shock out more, that's gonna make it a little stiffer.
I'll try to simplify it. This is gonna be so rudimentary, and somebody in here I know is going to be like, oh, well, you're forgetting all these other variables. And I know this, but I'm trying to make this very, very simple. If you can imagine it, if the control arm, where it bolts onto the chassis, if the front mount and the rear mount both were like, let's say flat, for instance, when you hit your brake, let's say the car doesn't go up or down. If the front of the control arm would be, let's say, up, then when you hit the brake, the control arms want to swing back and make the car go down. Versus if you make the rear of the control arm up, right, pitching the control arms forward when you hit the brakes, it either wants to stay flat or even separate when you hit the brakes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Now you have to be careful with anti-dive and stuff like that, because too much anti-dive, you can hit the brakes and the tires will lock up and you'll never even know that that's happening until it's too late. Just same way with anti-squat. If you have too much anti-squat for the tire, the track, and the condition, blah, 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 you will actually break traction before you realize you've lost traction. So,
and that would be adjustable, right? You're like,
yeah,
you would be able to
we're going to make
adjust-
it adjustable.
Okay.
Correct. Where people can play with it. Where some tracks they may want a lot of pro dive, and other tracks they may not want that.
I could see it coming in handy whenever like you're on a bank or something. You need
Absolutely.
the front end to lock up a little bit.
Absolutely.
easier.
Like you can the variations of what you could do there are like endless, basically. And there's not. It's just like with Ackerman. There's not one Ackerman spread that's perfect, right? Like some tracks, some corners may need a positive Ackerman or a reverse Ackerman or neutral or whatever. But again, that's driver preference, track preference, and all that stuff. So
Well, other than the S197,
yeah,
because I know that one's that's like the go-to, I guess, chassis for Mustang. So that one's gonna continue to get parts. But obviously we got an SN behind us.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is Shane's.
one of the best chassis,
Yeah.
as Shane would say.
Probably the nicest looking car in
Dude.
the shop.
Well, it
Say
says
that again?
God's chassis.
Dodge chassis.
Yeah.
I wish we had a camera on him.
Dude, I do too. I do too. Lord, dude, the Fox and SN platform, of course, 1979 to 2004, essentially unchanged. Like, dude, a great chassis, really is. Now, granted, I'll touch on Tom here, as Tom likes to say, the S in Ford stands for symmetry. Nothing about these cars is symmetrical. I mean, literally nothing. You could cut it in half, fold it over, and you're like, nothing lines up. It's like, yeah. Of course, they were designed, technically, the 79 model chassis was probably designed like mid 70s or early 70s. So kind of primitive. There's a lot of lackluster things about them. But at the end of the day, arguably one of the best chassis out there, because they're so plentiful. They hold up really well. And regardless what anyone tells you, the 462 valve, listen, if you keep oil in it, that thing's just going to keep running. You know how Shane treats
Arguably
his.
one of the cheapest drift cars you can buy at the moment, too.
Dude,
Just to throw that out there.
yeah, dude, V8,
I mean-
rear wheel drive.
What
and
did you say you
cheap.
bought those shells out there for?
$300 a piece in their V6 shells.
That's so fucking cheap.
Yeah. And the thing is, because they made that chassis from 1979 to 2004, it doesn't matter if it's a V6. It doesn't matter if it was a 4-cylinder car. It doesn't matter. There's a plethora of parts in the world to where you can turn a Mustang into anything you want with any engine you want. Doesn't matter. You want to 2J it? People's 2J'd them. You want to borrow swap it? People's done it. LS, Ford, put a Hemi in it. Doesn't matter.
swap it, baby. Shane knows.
Brother, that was the original plan for that car.
I know. One day we'll get there. We got another shell out there to use. No, I was actually just telling him y'all need to do an eco boost on that. That would be
Dude.
so fucking good for content. I don't give a shit.
Man,
Pat's not
Yo.
gonna record it.
Building this exact car with Conc all black.
dude, straight up, I'm going to get hate for this. EcoBoost swaps are gay.
Really?
I'm sorry.
What? You're a diehard Ford guy.
I'm a
and you're saying
diehard Ford guy.
EcoBoost swaps are gay.
Yeah, I'm going to say it
That's
because
crazy.
every Focus owner and everything else out there with these freaking EcoBoost are just maximum effort to make 450 to 550 horsepower out of them, and they're having constant like DI problems on that direct injection that's on it. I know even Denofa's had
You
issues
don't go for
with it.
that much power out of them. That's not the point of it.
Well,
That's just dumb on their part.
well, what is the point? Because I mean, you could drop a 2J in it, make 1,000. Pretty
I mean,
easy.
yeah, it's also going to come down to personal preference, of course.
Yeah.
but,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
Since everyone's
not
so
gonna-
anal about that.
I'm not going to take away what I said, but what I will say is if someone does the swap because they want a mediocre, not mediocre is not the word. If they want a moderate power level in an engine that's small and lightweight, I get it. Okay. If you're trying to build like Denofa's car.
I bet this car would feel so amazing with a lighter engine up front.
Dude, oh, I'm sure it would. Like, I know, you know, like Denofa's
Especially
Fox
with the
body.
sway bar now.
Oh,
Holy
dude,
fuck,
yeah.
dude, that thing would rip.
Dude,
Yeah, but not a, I mean, an EcoBoost. Is it aluminum? I
that's
didn't know they were
aluminum block
aluminum.
4.6.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. It
Damn,
actually,
that's pretty light then. Okay. That's not, yeah, with turbo and everything on an EcoBoost, you're pretty close, so.
yeah, like the EcoBoost has its place. All right, like I'll say it like that. It has its place, but it doesn't have its place in my heart. I'll tell you that. Like I see people do it. I'm like, cool, do your thing, whatever. But at the end of the day, I can drop almost any V8 in one of these cars, naturally aspirate it, and make the same horsepower or more.
Yeah.
You know, and arguably for just as cheap, like almost just as cheap, probably.
Probably cheaper, right?
Maybe cheaper.
I mean, I know EcoBoosts are pretty cheap, but
Yeah.
I mean, those can't be that expensive.
What, a 4.6? Dude,
Yeah.
$500. Hell, if you know,
For aluminum one too.
if they don't know what they got, yeah,
That's so funny. Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, dude, they're dirt cheap.
That thing's been in there for 5 years.
Dude, they make like what what do they make, Shane? 220?
226, baby.
To
To the tune.
Yeah, like to the wheel.
Thing leaks oil and stuff, and like.
Yeah, no,
You
we
just
fixed
said-
that.
It's not like you gave a shit when it did. You just take the fucking water sprayer and go spray it off.
I used to pressure wash this car
Dude.
after every drift event because
Dude.
it was coated.
This man to pass tech at drift events would literally take a little water sprayer and spray the oil off his car, so they couldn't see the freaking massive oil leak this thing had.
You guys don't know how bad it was at one point.
I know how bad it was.
The alternator was dripping oil. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I have a silver hood. The whole hood was black. It was bad for a pimp.
It was so bad. And then of course, you know, Shane being Shane, he brake cleans the alternator, and then he's like, Matt, my alternator don't work no more.
I pressure washed that damn alternator 100 times. Why does brake clean kill it?
That is very interesting. You would expect brake clean of all things to not, right? Because it's alcohol based.
Well, you got to keep in mind that those have the voltage regulator mounted onto the alternator, like almost any modern alternator does. So you get brake clean up in there, like it's a bad day. It wreaks havoc. I mean, would you brake clean your computer? Like at your house, would you brake clean your computer to clean it? No. You know.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's
If I had the choice to use brake cleaner on a rag versus water on a rag to just wipe it down, though,
yeah.
I'm using brake cleaner.
100%. You have to understand, a rag couldn't hold as much brake clean as what he put through this alternator.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You Jude yourself, bud.
Like Shane's over here changing the oil in his alternator before every event.
I used to buy the fucking 5-gallon thing of purple power and go through it in a summer just hosing that engine down.
Oh, and the best part is, like,
Purple power sucks for that too.
dude, I want to touch on this actually. The whole reason this thing poured oil out of it, the whole reason, number one, he had the wrong front cover on it. It had a dowel pin hole. Okay, had a dowel pin hole in the cover that went into the timing chain cavity. It didn't go to anything. Okay, so that was number one.
Hey, in my defense, there was no bolt that would thread it.
Well, yeah, because there was nothing behind it. There was nothing behind
I
it.
realized that at the engine now.
Why didn't you silicone the hole?
I didn't know it was a hole.
It just sticks a bolt through it and it just falls through.
Run it in, so I figured, and it stopped because it was only half the cavity. So it didn't like go all the way in. So I was like, oh, that's just on the outside. It's fine. I didn't know until we had the engine out and could actually see in there.
That it was not fine.
Yeah, because I put the damn thing on in the car because I broke the original timing cover in the car and then put that one on in the car. I bought one for a damn Expedition thinking that it would fit on the damn engine, but I bought it for a damn 3-valve because there's a weird crossover. That's how you get the aluminum block.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. So
That's my bad.
so anyway, once we have the engine out of the car and I realize that that's what's going on, I weld up the hole for him. And I'm like, okay, this is going to fix your oil leak. We get this thing all back together, fire it up, and everything's fine because the engine's just sitting here idling. We leave to go to like a Cars and Coffee in Bardstown, like an hour away thing for BTR. And
Oh my God, yeah, I was there.
dude, we get there and the whole underside of this freshly painted engine bay and hood is just soaked with oil. I mean, just soaked. And he's like, "Oh my God, you know what's going on, right?" So, long story short, we get back here to the shop.
I didn't get to drive that drift event because I had to drive the motherfucker back home.
Yeah, he couldn't even
Just
drive the
pouring
event.
oil out.
So we get back here and we tear into it, and he's convinced it's the front seal, right? Convinced. He's like, "Oh, it's the front seal. It's the front seal on the balancer. It's the front seal," right? 2 seals later, and a stripped out crank bolt that.
That's been stripped since I put the original balancer on. I'll mind you, and it's been fine. So don't come at me.
Anyway, 2 seals later and a stripped out crank bolt, it's still pissing oil. Long story short, I finally looked at it one day and I'm like, "Shane, what is this bolt you're using for a crank bolt?" I'm like, "It has no like flared head on it to seal off the end of the crank and the keyway." He's like, "Oh, this is just a regular bolt I found to work." I was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Bro," so I found him a washer. We took a bunch of silicone, shoved it up like at the end of the crank, bolted it up with the washer. Does it leak oil now, Shane?
Only out the valve covers.
Only out the valve covers.
It only leaks right on the header, so it doesn't really make a mess. So it's not that big of a deal.
Oh my God. But yeah, so any of you 4.6 guys, if the front of your engine's pouring oil, you know, there's what to check.
Now, though, that's the most indestructible goddamn engine. If it does blow up this year, so be it. But it's had a good life. That thing had 300,000 miles when I pulled it out of the car and came in. And the engine was black. I thought it was a steel log when I first looked at it.
Oh, that just means it's seasoned.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
put new timing chains on that thing. It's a trooper. It's 5 years deep. The first year I ran it full lean because I had no math sensor. I would glow the headers every lap. That's a good engine. You can't beat that.
Yo, hear me out then. Does that mean that the 4.6 is like the 4.8 LS?
No, it's better.
It's better? It's better. You heard it here, people. 4.6
That's a bold
2-valve
statement,
is better than the 4.8 LS.
Put a 6.2, whatever the big one is, dude. I don't give a shit about that thing. It ain't as reliable as that unit. I tell you that right now.
This man.
I'm not a big power guy. I'm a big turn it on and never have to change the oil. By the way, if you buy a 4.6, don't change your oil because 4 oil changes equals 1 motor. So, you know, what's the point?
No, you just keep adding it to it.
You don't have to add it if it doesn't leak.
I've not seen one that doesn't leak.
Mine barely even leaks. I didn't have to add any oil last year.
What are you running in it?
2050. I don't have any oil.
It can barely leak out.
I have a philosophy on this, and I'll state it right now. If you put 2050 in it and you run like a 230-degree oil temp like we do on the track with the oil cooler, it's then 1030. Big brain. I'm running 1030. Nobody drives a drift car cold, do they?
You know what? You know, I gotta give you something there. Like I've seen people jack their car up in the pits and let their cars run with transmission and gear to warm up the differential fluid.
Oh, you guys have oil in your
I've seen people do that. So you know, like you're right. People don't run their cars cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody runs their damn drift car ice cold.
I mean, I do. I pull out first lap, but you know.
I don't. This thing runs for a half an hour.
I can't. I better not.
He's like, no. no.
It takes too long to get ready. I started and I'd eat sandwiches, all kinds of stuff.
He's like, oh, where's this little
wait a
Capri
minute.
sign?
When she's ready, she's ready.
Holy shit.
When she's ready to go, I'm ready. It's good to go. He's
Fair,
got nothing to worry about.
fair. All right. I mean, to be fair, I was always like the 5.0, the old 5.0 guy.
I'm gonna go take a leak.
Dawson's like, I'm out. He's like, you guys going back and forth. So I was always like the old push rod V8 guy or whatever, and I didn't care much for the 4.6. I really didn't. Like, genuinely, at first, my first okay,
I understand. I was a big 5.0. I was like, when I got this, I was like, I wish it was a 5.0.
dude, my first like interaction with the 4.6, which is what made me buy a Mustang, to be fair, was an 04 car like this one, right? And I had to put a clutch in it for a buddy. And this car was like damn near brand new at that time. And dude, the starter bolts and the top two bell housing bolts literally made me not ever want a 4.6.
Oh, you just take them out and you leave them out.
That's what I did.
They're fine. Actually, you know what?
Sorry, Adam.
No, actually, don't. All you have to do is not be an idiot. It's a certain combination of extensions. There's a reason I have 15 goddamn 3/8 extensions in there. It's because if you wrinkle them all together and then get you a swivel socket, you can get all bolts easy.
So if you look like the dude on that reel where the extension runs all the way outside and he's turning the bolt with a 1/4-inch drive ratchet.
No, it comes out. Yeah. You have to take the front bumper off. It comes out to the end of the front bumper. I swear. You just had to take the front bumper off.
You got to do. Oh my God.
It's not that bad.
Guys, listen to 96 to 04 Mustang with a 4.62 valve. The first step to change the starter is pull the front bumper.
It's really not that bad.
Oh my God.
It's
Dawson,
only
are you
4
hearing
zip
this
ties.
right now?
It's only 4 zip ties.
Hang on. Explain, please, now that Dawson's back. Explain to Dawson how you change the starter on a 4.6 Mustang.
So you take the bumper off, and then you get 15 extensions with a swivel. I think it's a 13 on the swivel, and you stick it right up in there, and you use your hand with your gun out here, and you get it on there, and then you click it with the gun. It comes right out. I do it all the time. At one point, the nut thingy, the stud, broke on the starter, so I was having to do that all the time because I kept soldering and it kept breaking. And eventually I got smart and just carried a screwdriver with me, but I mean, it's really not that bad. You just take it in and out a couple times. Now, the top two bell housing bolts, no, we don't put those back in.
We don't need those where we're going.
I wouldn't wish that upon my worst.
Right,
So bad.
right. So
Explain that. Why do people like that? People seriously just don't put them back in?
you just don't put them back in. I swear to God, because the way. So think about it. When the car's coming down the assembly line, okay, the engine and transmission is together, and they put it up like they put the body of the car over top of it, right? Because that's the way you pull the engine out of these cars. You just unbolt the front suspension and drop it all out the bottom. Yeah. Well, in turn, whenever the engine and transmission is in the car, dude, I'm telling you, you've got you got like no. It's so little of room that once you get the bolt loose all the way, after you're laying over top of the engine for 15 minutes with a wrench, and it's not a big enough opening to get a ratchet wrench in there, you got to use just a regular wrench. Anyway, once you sit there and you back the bolt all the way out, it won't come out because of the firewall.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Oh, dude, it's absolutely just the most pain in the ass. So what you do, you take them out, you leave them out.
No, it will come out.
Will it?
Yes.
How you get it
Extension and a hammer.
Extension. This man's over here modifying the firewall to get it out.
Well, I mean, I was about to say, why don't you just, once you get the engine out, cut a couple holes where it's supposed to be?
It's behind the dash, behind the heater box at that point. Like, getting in there would still be, pull out the CD player and the HVAC controls, and then, like, maybe you could get to it.
With the engine out, you couldn't just drill a hole in the
with
fucking firewall?
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is like, how are you going to get to the heads of the bolts? Because then you're going to have two holes in your firewall behind the CD player and the HVAC controls.
Oh, well, I was talking about where you still have to do the wrench thing, but the bolt would have
Oh,
a
I
way
see
to
what
just
you- just-
slide back far enough and come out.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, that would probably work, but then you have to do that every single time.
Yeah.
And you know how often you pull transmissions and stuff on drift cars, you know? Yeah, Shane. Well, what I was getting at with this whole conversation was I was telling Shane that I never was a fan of the 4.6. I genuinely wasn't because starter bolts and those top two bell housing bolts, like them things just strayed me away from them. But once I got around his car and started paying attention to just how much he mistreats this car,
Mm.
and it just doesn't
Makes it-
break, I'm
yeah.
like, yo, like these engines have to be pretty good. And then I get around these other guys, like, dude, Dylan Weber won Ford Fest, come off track. His engine was hammering. I'm telling you, hammering. It sounded like there was a midget under the valve cover just beating on it with a hammer. Let it cool off. Did a
I've
20
got a clip of the hose that he like completely exploded from just overheating so
Overheating it,
much.
yeah. Dude.
Destroyed, almost disintegrated a hose
Mhm.
before it ever hurt the motor.
When that engine was hammering, Shane, yeah, Shane literally told him, he's like, dude, drain the oil, 2050, it'll be fine.
My
Did a-
engine did the same thing.
Yeah, did a 2050 oil change on it. Good to go.
Works like a charm.
I'm like, yo, like there's no way. Like there's no way. I'm like, I don't know how, I don't understand how the 4.6 holds up like
That's
it
crazy.
does. It's crazy to me.
How much power do those make too? Like what is the
220
torque
to the
and everything?
wheel.
220, and what's the torque on?
Like, yeah,
Nothing
like,
short of nothing.
like 190.
So it's a E36, pretty much.
It has more torque than the E36 for sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This thing will roast the tires.
Huh.
But that also could be chassis brake.
Yeah, we
Right,
do have a
right.
lot of mechanical in that thing. So, you know, dude, all in all, I know y'all like, well, I know y'all. If you haven't seen, you need to check out the videos of this car, like when we was in the sway bar testing and all that stuff, dude. Like the chassis freaking works. Like it works good. Like, well, to be fair, like, I mean, look at Heichman. He's running a new Edge in, Pro Spec. And this year, he's running all of our parts, sway bar, the wild angle kit, and one of the big projects me and Tom worked on was that billet, the billet Cobra knuckles. I showed you them earlier. Yeah, like, dude, the chassis works, and I don't care if it's IRS or straight axle. Like, you can make it boogie, and you see how low Shane's car is, and it performs. Like people that get on this whole kick of low cars don't perform. No,
It
dude.
fucking rips, dude.
Yeah, like no. If you know what you're trying to achieve, you can make a low car perform just as good as one of them FD Japan cars sitting up in the air. Just as good.
Now, as far as my understanding, this is one of the lowest SN95s for like a drift car right now.
I mean, you can't. This one is so.
It could go lower, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay.
it's to the point now, Dawson, that there's dents in the trunk from where the top of the diff is hitting
That's
the
what's
trunk
up.
pan at some times.
Like when we go to Riverside, it does it. It does.
Yeah, like when he comes off the jump, like it will literally put titties in the trunk.
Super stiffer springs in here, so we kind of fucked up. But
So
once we fix that, I might have to raise it just like a little bit, or else we'll be in a predicament. But
Shane, we all make mistakes, okay? Just like me forgetting about motion ratio. Dude, I was so used to the straight axle and the divorce setup. He was just like, "Oh, what spring rates?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, 5K, whatever." And then it never dawned on me until we're like, "Man, this car's stiff," and I'm staring at it. I'm like, "Oh crap!" Like I totally forgot about motion ratio. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do some math. These need to be like half this weight or more or less. I'm like, my bad.
I literally asked him too. I go, "Do you think we need to change the spring rates because we're moving?" And he goes, "No, we're not moving it like that."
Dude, I was just, my brain was somewhere else that day. It was what it was. We all make mistakes. And that was mine. That was my one mistake I've made.
Jesus. This thing almost has like a Conc setup. A little bit raked in the front. It's kind of tits. Yeah.
It used to be like that low at one point in the back, and then the front was just up in the air, like 4 inches of wheel gap.
Yeah.
It looked like a Carolina squatter, dude.
And that was one of the things whenever we redid the angle kit, we corrected the lower ball joint angle. That way you could run it low in the front and everything would still function the way it should. So, got to keep the Stancy boys happy, because dude, I mean, just like straight up, I'll say it right now. I'll say it with my whole chest. Your like Shane's car and Jay's car at Ford Fest, the two most beautiful cars on track.
Yeah.
Low chrome wheels, just dude. Like I like my S197. I do, but a proper setup and a proper looking SN car, especially the new Edge, hard to beat.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
Jay had the like KBD kit too.
Yeah.
It almost makes it look like a 240.
Dude, you got to throw
So
like a
it's
little
like-
clip in here.
Oh
of
yeah,
that
I've got
car.
plenty of footage
Yeah,
of him.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah, I love that car.
dude, it was sick. I'm not by no means do I consider myself a style guy, because Lord help me if I'm Henry Ford over here. You can have any color you want as long as it's black. Okay, I don't have the style like that, but when I see them cars that have style and are performing, I'm like,
It's pretty sick.
dude, like that's sick. Like it's sick, hands down. 79 to 04 Mustang is the best budget drift car in the world. I'll say it. I'll say it.
It's a tough statement.
I know it's a tough statement, but think about it. V8 rear-wheel drive, parts interchangeability.
Best budget though?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have to disagree.
Oh, well, name something better.
Well, I mean, obviously your first go-to is a Z, just because you could weld the diff and go drift it like immediately. Like it doesn't really need absolutely anything.
Okay, all right. Maybe I should clarify here. In my mind, I'm thinking V8 powered car that you could take to a higher level. And I don't think you're doing that with a Z with a VQ in it.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
You see where I'm going
Yeah.
with that? Like, like it's V8, it's manual. It's
In that case, it wouldn't necessarily be a budget situation,
what's-
though, right?
well,
Because that's a future-proof type situation.
yeah, but starter chassis, maybe. Then is that what I'm going for here?
I mean, yeah, that's why I said earlier they're probably one of the cheapest drift cars you can buy right now.
Yeah, and
But like,
bang for your
Yeah.
buck. Like,
also a E36 is about the same price too. They follow the same
correct.
market.
But then by the time you LS swap it or
Yeah,
JZ swap
on
it
there.
or whatever, like shit, that's a lot of money.
Mhm.
So buying one out of the box, it's hard to beat the Mustang. It really is. It's so hard to beat it. And I am like an E46 like fan. I like the E46.
I've been trying to pressure him into making BMW parts too. We'll see if we get there one day.
I have a whiteboard. I promise you E46 is on that whiteboard. I promise you it is.
The very bottom.
It's
yep.
just down there a little ways.
It's right down there with the Z's.
Dude,
I ran into that one.
like, how could I put it? It's on my list, but I have so many cool things and innovative things that I'm wanting to do to all the Mustang chassis right now.
Well, the Mustang chassis are just so untouched as far as the drift world goes. Like,
Right.
obviously, you have the well-known companies of angle kits making parts, but
Correct.
Other than that,
But
I
most
mean,
of
I
them
don't
just
really-
make an ankle kit.
Nobody really makes rear parts or like anything else.
That's the thing.
Or even like the little window, the
Yeah, like
the quarter glass
dude,
covers, stuff like that.
that's the thing. Like, there's these other companies like big name companies, whatever that you've seen making angle kits for Mustangs. But typically they make an angle kit, they might make a handbrake setup.
Yeah.
That's it. They're not putting in the passion into the chassis that we are here. Because I'm a passionate person to start with, and then for me, Mustangs hold a special place in my heart, and I want the Mustang chassis to be just everything that I can possibly make it. And once I feel like we've gotten the chassis to that point, then
Venture out.
I want to go, okay, E46 or, et cetera, et cetera.
What do you think, like, because obviously you all know I run FDF. I give him shit about FDF all the time. It's fine.
Always.
But, like, why do you think all those other companies choose to not dive deeper into the Mustangs? Like, is it just because the car technically needs a lot of fixing in their eye, in like an engineer's eyes, in order to work proper for a drift chassis?
There is
With, like, the
engineering.
clientele, all that stuff mixes in, but
There is engineering challenges that come with the Mustang, for sure. And then I think what a lot of it is like, I'll use FDF for an example. What do you see Josiah driving? You either see him in a 240, which I think he sold now, or
Yeah,
the
it's been sold.
Corvette. And the Corvette's sick. Like, props to him for everything he's doing on the Corvette. But that's what he's passionate about at this time, And I think that's really what it boils down to is, what does the owner of these companies, like, what chassis are they passionate about? And in turn, if you're passionate about that chassis, well, it's probably a good idea to go with the company that's passionate about that chassis.
right.
And there's nothing, like, I'm not throwing any shade or anything towards any of the other companies or whatever. Like, plenty of companies make fine kits and stuff, but if you buy their kit and then you need this supporting product, this supporting product, this supporting product, where do you go? Well, you end up coming to us because,
They just have so many other chassis they have to focus on. That
Exactly.
The time it would take to focus on the Mustang chassis would just not be worth it to
Correct.
them. So it's
correct. And,
Yeah.
and I don't blame
get
them a
it.
bit for it. And by no means am I going to sit here and tell you that the Mustang chassis is the most popular chassis in drifting. It's not. Like, they have more people running other chassis, and that's fine. But I like the Mustangs. I'm passionate about the chassis, and I am going to produce the best parts for the chassis that I'm passionate about. Just is what it is. And when I get to the E46, well, they better watch out because I like the E46.
yeah. Well, the funny thing is even if they don't run your angle kit for the Mustang, they're still going to be running your parts in some way,
in
because
some way, shape, or form.
they have
almost.
no way out
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, like,
That's so funny.
And dude, we're doing stuff that's never been done. Like, again, I pull up them Cobra knuckles, dude. Like, that's an engineering feat that no one else has defeated. I know one or two other people that have tackled it and have gotten somewhere on it, but no one's ever done it like we've done it on those.
It's crazy too, because like you guys are seeing the like footage and stuff of it right now, but does not look like a knuckle at all.
Mm-mm.
It just looks like a block of metal.
Yep, looks like a
Straight
block
up
of
it.
metal. But at the end of the day, dude, it makes it so freaking simple to where you mess something up on it, you can buy each individual piece, and a lot of the stuff is stuff that you're going to already have in your toolbox to replace something on your angle kit. So it makes it nice.
So explain like more in depth on that kit, what the difference is between that one and the lower scale kit, I guess you could call it.
On what?
Or I guess that would be the only one
That's
with an
the only-
actual knuckle.
Yeah, the knuckle's the
involvement.
only one. Yeah.
So, what was the importance of creating the knuckle for that chassis? Like, why?
So Ford, curse them. They
Fucked on
own
race day, baby.
they only produced the IRS from 99 to 04 in the Cobra chassis. Okay. And in turn, the amount of available parts is less, right? Because to be frank, a 79 to 04 Mustang, they made so many of them and so many parts interchange that the value of the part has just been raced to the bottom. It's all cheap, right? But on the IRS, that's not the case because fewer production. Well, in turn, I think it was, I can't remember. They even had a recall at one point on the knuckles, like for one of the first years that they released
Really?
them because of like braking and stuff. Somebody in the comments will tell me all about that, I'm sure. But there was that, and then two, anytime you got into a wreck, especially now that they don't make these parts new anymore, what do? You have to buy used. Well, there's no aftermarket options. And in turn, these people go, oh, well, there's no aftermarket options, so I can sell my factory knuckle, this cast aluminum honker that's 20-something years old, I can sell it for whatever I want. So that's what they were doing. And the kinematics were a shit on them. You know, the toe gain, terrible, which you could fix with a bump steer kit for the rear. But even then, the camber gain was horrible. So then when you go to lower these cars to make them look like something, okay, may I add, the tires would camber in. And you'd have negative camber, horrible tire wear, right? You don't want that. So then you would crank these eccentrics to stand the tires back up. But the problem was Ford didn't put enough adjustment into them to get the camber all the way out when it was under compression. Like
Now you're
when it was
speaking in
lowered.
like for a drag car sense or something like that, right?
Well, at the end of the day, it's traction.
Yeah, but you would, in theory, want camber, negative camber for the front.
This is for the rear, though.
Oh,
Yeah, keep in mind,
sorry.
it's for the rear.
Sorry.
It's for the rear. Yeah, yeah. So in turn, the more tire that you can keep, the more tire you can keep on the asphalt, the bigger the contact patch, the more grip, right? So people would like hack up the upper control arm and grind this slot out, and that would bring the tire back out to like net zero. But then the moment you hit a bump or accelerated, it would still camber in. Okay, because that camber curve was terrible. So the whole theory behind this was give people replacement parts. You can now buy a Cobra knuckle new. Okay, that was a real big important thing for us, and it's, in my opinion, it's affordable for what you're buying. You know, it's $2,000 for a whole setup with dual caliper brackets and all this adjustability, replacement parts. It's great. And then we wanted to correct that camber curve because tire wear was atrocious. I mean, it just was what it was. Like static, you'd have to keep the car with positive camber in the rear, which made the car look silly. You know, it just was what it was. So we corrected that, moving the control arm pickup points around. And then the toe gain, the way you'd have to do it before with this like little bump steer kit was you'd have to move spacers to move the tie rod pickup point to change your toe characteristics for the dynamic toe. Well, we just decided to put multiple holes, give you the OEM location and mark it, which is that way if you're just putting on an OEM car, you can set it back to OEM. But then you can set this thing, we have enough adjustment in it where you can have dynamic toe to where this thing is just pigeon toeing. Like Naren's car on the dyno, that video, his 240.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it can do that, or it can even toe out if you want it to, under compression. So we gave a ton of room there because we didn't just focus on the drifting guys. We thought about the road race guys too. Like, hey, like they're gonna want this adjustment.
And a kit over there for somebody already, right?
Yeah, the one I showed you earlier was actually for a road race guy, which is using that new Willwood brake setup that they're going to be releasing. So that's going to be super cool.
Has he specified any like way that he thinks he's gonna set that up, and like compared that to the way a drift car setup would be?
Tom's been talking to him more about that, which, again, my knowledge of suspension is here. Tom's is here. Okay.
Yeah.
And they've been going back and forth on it, but Tom is confident within the parameters of what our knuckle can do, that it can achieve what he needs it to achieve. And I'm confident in it too.
Well, you always hear like people will say that I think Chase from Chase Bays has told me this a million times that a lot of the road race alignment setups are really not that far off from a drift car setup. So I would say probably in the rear it'd be a lot more different than up front, but
You
right?
know, I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm not even going to pretend that I know, because I don't.
Okay.
I have no idea.
That's why I'm asking, because I got no fucking clue. That's just what I've been told.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know. But from what I do understand of it, I don't think it's all that different from what we're after. I think they focus on things different from us, where we would be focusing on, whether it be the self-steer or whatever, or what our Ackerman. Well, they actually, thinking about it, they probably actually do focus on Ackerman. And if there's
Absolutely.
if there's any road race guys watching this, like,
help me out.
yeah, dude, like drop
Trip
it.
Walker, you're my buddy. You road race a polecat literally every single time. Help us out.
Yeah, like literally inform me, because I'm straight up, I'm ignorant on road racing, and if you watch me do iRacing like Shane has, he would also agree that I am not, I don't know nothing about road racing, not a single thing. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, I'm actually interested in to learn more about that, and I'm very curious to how this does for road racing, and like what kind of alignment specs and stuff that they go for, because camber gain, there may be situations where they want camber gain. I don't know. For us, our whole thing is keep that tire flat, planted, and as much tire as we can have on the ground, because more grip.
There may be a specific turn with like weird off camber or something.
Dude, yeah,
They probably want it weird. I don't know.
could be for different tracks.
That's
I don't know.
It's interesting.
So I'd be curious to learn about that if somebody can drop that in there.
Now, did you, for that knuckle though, did you touch on the whole wheel bearing?
I did
part of
not.
it?
I did not.
Okay.
But no, that's so.
'Cause that was pretty interesting to me.
I think I watched Dawson's eyes light up on.
I hate wheel bearings.
on that, dude.
I will
Everyone,
gladly pay for a full hub assembly and not fuck with a wheel bearing
dude.
at all.
Everyone hates messing with a wheel bearing. It just is what it is. They're a pain in the ass, and if you have a press like the one behind Dawson, it's hard.
Still, fuck that.
Dude, it's hard to. Well, dude, even setting on that press now, there's literally Cobra pieces that I had to use.
Yeah.
Like to
You
do
always gotta make shift some bullshit
yeah,
to
you gotta-
fucking work, press it out, and it still
Exactly.
never presses in right.
because they're never flat where you want them to be flat, and they're such an organic shape. Well, we knew this going into it, that was one of the things that I hated the most, because anytime you broke an axle, and like you remember in the LS car, anytime we broke an axle, it was a wheel bearing, every time.
Damn right.
So in turn, we was like, let's make the wheel bearing block removable and make it flat to where it's easy to work with, and where you don't have to remove the entire upright from the car and screw up all of your alignment. So that's what we did. Well, in turn, it's like, well, the wheel bearing blocks are removable. Let's just make it offset to where you can flip it to make a drop spindle at that point. Like, why not?
Yeah.
So in turn, our wheel bearing block is literally a block that has a retaining ring that bolts on instead of a big old snap ring. That's, dude, I've launched snap rings so many times trying to get them in it.
Almost
Yeah,
lost
Shane's
an eye
literally
a couple times. He's
Shane's
like, "Dude,
literally
there's some
pointing to
up there
one
somewhere."
that's stuck in the insulation. Dude, yeah, there's literally one stuck in the insulation where it flew out
Oh, that's funny.
and went up there, and I was too lazy to get it down. So we made that super simple, where you can either press it in, or because it's a billet aluminum block, you can do first time putting them in, throw them on a cookie sheet, throw them in the oven for 350 degrees for like 30 minutes, pull it out, just literally just drop, like get the bearing close and just drop it in.
Yep.
It'll fall in, it'll cool, it'll tighten up, and that'll give you, I think I did like a 2 thou or 3 thou press, something like that on that. So that bearing's not going anywhere. And then you just take your stub, your hub, whatever you want to call it, put it on the press. It's nice and flat. You just press it right in. You're done. Bolt it back on the car. The upright stays in place. Your alignment's still set. Bada bing, bada boom.
Only a block
Like-
for a hub. It's so funny.
Dude, yeah, like
Truthfully.
it's funny because by no means would I sit here and tell you, oh, this block by itself is just beautiful, this beautiful work of art. No, it's just a block. Like legit, it's a
Yeah.
block.
They're
But
seeing it. So
yeah, like but at the end of the day, it's beautiful because of what it can do and what it does for your life and making it easier. And then of course, if you ever mess one up, you can buy a replacement without buying the whole upright, you know? So
how much would just one of those be, or like your most consumable parts that you would find?
So like most of the things that are going to wear out in that are going to be like spherical bearings that are pressed in. Dude, you're talking like 15, 20 bucks a piece kind of deal on those, maybe 25. The bearing block, do not quote me on this. Like don't hold me to this. I haven't put that part on the website yet. I'm going to guess a bearing block's going to be 150 bucks, maybe 200 bucks, you know? So
Not bad.
not expensive, you know, at the end of the day. So the upright is the most expensive piece of it because there's a lot of machining in that thing. Holy crap. Like that part takes me a while to machine. Like I'm not going to lie. And even on a 5-axis, that thing is quite the challenge to be able to cut. But at the end of the day, you get a beautiful part when it's all said and done. Like, and you know, like as a machinist, like, man, there's just something about it when you get a part done and it just looks good.
It looks how it's supposed to.
Yeah, yeah, it looks how
Yeah.
it's supposed to. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, like you're proud in that moment, you know, even though the machine did all the work, but you know.
It's the prep that matters.
That's right. It's the prep. That's why we don't let Shane do it.
Getting Jude left and right here, huh?
Straight. That's crazy.
Said I'm just pushing buttons. What the fuck?
Just pressing 1 and 2. I don't know what any of these lights mean. It could not be recording. I don't know.
I checked it when I came back from the bathroom. It's recording. Yeah.
Off on here.
This man.
Oh, because the mics don't come through the mic port. They come through the camera port.
I looked at it, but I was like, it's coming up on the screen, so it's gotta be.
Yeah.
It scared me.
Dude. So talking on innovative parts for Mustangs. Okay. I gotta throw this out here. You know that we're working on stuff for the S197. Like the angle kit, we're gonna correct that. Then we're gonna take what we learned from the sway bar that we made for the Fox and SN chassis, and we're gonna use that moving into the S197 as well. That way we can, you know, increase what it can do, and at the same time, I can soften my damn front springs so the car doesn't ride like a road wagon. But arguably one of the chassis I'm the most excited to get into right now, because I think it's going to be almost like the 79 to 04 chassis, is the S550, S650 chassis.
I feel like a lot of people are gravitating towards those.
Well, I mean,
If you can afford them, obviously.
well,
Yeah.
right, if you can afford one, and then why not? Like, I'm just throwing it out here, like, dude, the S550, you can personalize that car to where it's like looks JDM. You can put it on like a drag pack, make it like a drag car. Like it can wear a million different shoes or dresses or whatever.
Look,
you wanna call it.
JDM's a far take. I don't know about that. Not for the S550, S6. You're crazy.
No, I swear. I've seen some that, like,
It doesn't have the BN kit type deal.
no, not like that. Not
no,
like that.
it's got muscle car body lines. Like, what are you talking about?
What? No, they still do bumpers. and
This
shit.
is JDM-esque for American.
Yeah, okay.
There's no.
Maybe I'm meaning more like a tuner look or something. I don't know. Maybe
that suits better.
okay, tuner look.
Very tuner with them. I wouldn't say they're the classic JDM style, but even your JDM style is still, in my mind, it's JDM American. Because when you go to Japan, they have clean street cars. That's all they have. Like, your JDM is just Midwest American dudes. You know?
It's it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
almost like it's Japanese domestic market.
Yeah.
Crazy. Uh,
Anyways, moving on.
moving on.
I'll add something on the S550 though. An LS240 you're paying $15,000 to $20,000 for.
Yep.
A bone stock 2015 to 17 S550 you're paying 15 to 20 grand for, depending on package.
Same,
Yeah.
dude.
A stock car with AC that's reliable, and honestly, you might get a powertrain warranty with.
Buy a new enough one, yeah, dude. And it's like legit. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. It's like the same car. At the end of the day, it's an S chassis. Number one, you got a V8 set up front, and you got a car that will float at big angle all day long. It's crazy, but
That line is going in the intro for sure.
is what it, I'm gonna call it. The S550 is the American, or is the modern 240 SX. I mean, that's just what it is. You know.
What do you mean by that, though? Because, like, that's not
What I mean
remote.
by
I don't think that's what most people will think.
right, you're right.
Because,
What
like,
I-
to me,
what
I'm
I
going to
s-
say, like, the GR86 is, like, the next 240.
what I'm stating is a chassis that you're going to have this big hella angle in the front, and you're going to keep it pretty loose in the rear, and you're going to put a V8 in it. Like, it is what it is. Now, they drive very similar. Like, there's similarities to the way they drive. You know, that's more of what I'm going at here, is that the similarities, not in the way they look or whatever, but how they perform.
So a Z. You
Don't-
definitely don't want to admit that, but that is exactly what you just fucking described.
I don't like that. I don't like that you made my brain think that way.
Sorry.
But kinda.
I mean, yeah, just
I
like
mean,
boil it
kinda.
down. I mean, but that's a good, truthfully, that is a good way to tell people that it's a good car
Yeah.
to start on.
Yeah,
Because
like,
it's like,
It's yes.
if you want to go down the whole, be a hero doing the 240 drama, it's too fucking expensive now.
yes.
So,
Yes.
and almost, if you're LS swapping a Z, that's relatively the same price too.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, if you know how to work on Fords.
Yeah. I mean,
You
at
don't
the,
have to work on it.
I
Okay,
don't
Shane.
have to work
It
on.
doesn't have oil in the transmission here. You have to work on it.
Bro, he legit doesn't have oil in the transmission on that thing. Like, there might be half a quart in there, maybe.
That's pretty
Literally, it was
crazy.
all on the ground the next morning, so I forgot to bolt the transmission up. I went home.
Yeah. Whatever.
All on the ground, never put it
Just
together.
drained out of the tail shaft, and he refuses to put oil in it.
The exhaust is in the way. The fill-up.
You can literally pour it in
Whoa.
through the shifter top.
Yeah, but then my shifter would leak. It doesn't leak right now, so I'm not going to touch it.
Brother, that's crazy.
The trans hasn't made any less noise than it did before.
Shane, what's your favorite flavor of crayon?
Green.
Dude, on it. He's got it. It's like, I've been waiting so long for someone to ask that question.
Sour apple, dude.
This Granny Smith, get
Which
the
one's
fuck
the
out of here.
strawberry?
Red's cherry.
Oh my god.
All right. So anyway,
Nuts.
back on somewhat of a track. So the S550, like the reason why I'm like
Just another Z.
hung up on it is because I personally hate the way they drive. And what I mean by that is, number one, the electric rack is numb. You just
You had one.
yeah.
So you know that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've been around it. The electric rack is numb, so you get lost as to where the wheel is in a transition. Aggravating. You got to feed the wheel. I don't like it, and the people that are doing electric rack swaps on the S197, I don't understand, but whatever. To me, it feels like I'm driving with a Logitech wheel on a sim. Terrible. And the rear suspension on the S550, it has no forward drive in it. Like, you go and you throw that thing in,
It's ironic for a muscle car too.
right. You throw that thing in and you're you're scrambling. Like as a straight axle guy, I throw my car in extra hard because I know the moment I get on throttle, it's driving away from wherever I'm throwing it at. I almost ripped the rear end off my S550 at Ford Fest because I jumped straight out of my straight axle car, straight into it, entered the exact same, and it was everything I could do to keep it out of the wall because it wouldn't go forward. It would go backwards or it would put on more angle. It would not drive in. And I'm like, this is it. I'm writing my car off. And reason B, this multi-link suspension that it has in the rear. I don't know why Ford designed it the way they did, but this thing, it's pro squat car. So you get on throttle, it squats, it toes out like crazy, bro. Like Justin Bauer has to run, I think, 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches toe in.
Holy
of toe in
cow.
static to where whenever he gets on throttle that the wheels are straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I've obviously noticed he ran a lot of toe, but I didn't realize it was
Dude, his
that
car
one.
looks
That's
broke.
crazy.
Like crazy positive camber and crazy toe. Like this thing just looks like it's cross-eyed in the rear. And the moment you get on throttle, it straightens out and looks right. But
Wow.
so he has to do that to combat the all the dynamic toe and camber gain and everything it's got going on in the rear.
I'm surprised it can even get that much toe.
Oh, well, adjustable arms, like hella adjustable arms to be able to do it.
My God.
Yeah.
But like, wouldn't that? You would think that would almost put a weird binding situation on just the resting spot of the suspension.
Oh yeah. So
How does that not break shit?
in engineering terms, the rear suspension on that car like that is over constrained. Like it has too many things trying to hold it in a place that it can't
Doesn't
be
want to
held.
hold into.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So everything's kind of in a bind at that point.
So how do you fix that then? Like, what's the solution?
Well, that's what we're going to get into. I've got all the CAD of it, and then I have an S550 dropout over there, and that's what we're going to tear into. I don't know if it's going to lead to a complete new knuckle like what we had to do for the Cobra. I don't know if that's where it'll lead, or if it'll lead to making relocation brackets. I don't know. I don't know where it's leading. All I know is, again, points in space. I know what I want it to do, and I think me and Tom can achieve it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I'm really excited for that because I want to do that and drive an S550 again. Because if it drives the way I think it's going to drive, I may build another S550 because of it.
Fuck yeah. And then one of us are driving the S197 then, huh?
Hell yeah.
I got your car.
Oh,
Well, there'll still be a third car at that point. You know?
yeah, there would be because you'll have that other car that we're talking about. Well, it's set in stone. But
Oh yeah, I'm doing it.
What other car?
Doing it.
Do I know?
We kind of talked about it. We kind of talked about it on the way back from Walmart getting those HDMI cables. Remember the car I said that you could buy every single panel and piece for?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. I'll talk on it. It's fine.
I mean, you're gonna see it eventually.
Yeah.
Not soon. But
Like this isn't a soon build, but this is like I'm going to try to start collecting the parts over this year and then build the car next year. But I want to take my 70 model Mach 1 that I have and turn that into not a full-blown comp car, just throwing that out there, but a streetable drift car. And what I mean by that is I want to do an angle kit on the front, which I've got a plan that will use our 79 to 04 angle kit because they make a cross member that bolts into those cars for 79 to 04 suspension to put it underneath it because the factory suspension on the first gen Mustangs
Awful, yeah.
trash, bro. So bad. Like it's believe it or not, it's a little bit worse, maybe a lot worse than even what the 79 to 04s come out with. But it's bad. But we got a solution for that, and then I want to use the S550 rear dropout that I've got over here and put that underneath the car.
Oh.
See what? So that's where
Okay.
my interest in getting the S550 rear suspension to work properly is because I want to turn that car into that using multiple generations of Mustang parts to make it happen. And then probably more than likely, because the Godzilla's been treating me so well, I'll probably just put a Godzilla in it to.
Dude, I'm not. Yeah, I was very curious when we put that motor in. Not to
Oh,
like
dude,
just
me
jump
too.
subjects, but like,
No, yeah.
we knew nothing about the fucking thing. Like it had just not just come out, but nobody was really touching them.
No.
Oh my god,
2 years straight.
I've never
now.
seen a motor just take abuse like that,
Dude, listen,
and just never like have to be touched.
listen. I gotta throw this out here, okay? I gotta stay like this. That thing could come apart the next event, the next time I started. It could sling the rods out of it, and I would not be mad. I couldn't be mad at it because even Ford engineers that worked on the Godzilla project that I am friends with and I've talked to, I've taken them for rides at Ford Fest in it, and they're like, "Do you drive this car like this every time it goes out?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "It lives at the top of the tack all day long, every event." They're like, "We don't understand how it's staying together." I'm like, "Me neither." but we're sending it, and really, how are you ever going to figure out the weak spot of something until you break it? You know?
But I mean, if you guys have never like seen a Godzilla up close, it's virtually an LS with just like a lot of better revisements
yeah, I mean,
done
yeah,
to it.
like
Like the injectors placement and stuff like that is different.
yes,
easily.
it very much looks like an LS at the end of the day, especially like my BTR intake on it. It looks straight up like an LS. Everyone thinks it's an LS. The coil pack's mounted on top of the valve covers. Like it.
It actually, when Holly sends you the whole ordeal for the engine, the
Yes.
accessory kit, is that what it's called?
Yeah, the accessory drive. Yeah.
A lot of those part numbers were straight up LS part numbers.
Yeah, like straight up, like my
Or
car.
GM parts.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my front cover is a F body power steering pump, F body alternator. Excuse me, F body belt tensioner. Like it's
So fun.
and then LS3 water pump.
Yeah.
Like it's all
That water pump is the same exact water pump I got on my fucking truck out there,
And
dude.
trust me, I never forget it
gone
when
through,
we're at an
like-
event.
What's crazy is, hold on. Actually, I've gone through 2 or 3 of those fucking water pumps on my truck, and you haven't gone through a single damn one.
Dude, Holly, baby.
That is
hit 'em up.
insane to me.
Dude, I don't know. Like
How much was that? How much are those water pumps actually? I might do that.
I have no idea.
Straight up.
I have no idea. It came with the kit. I don't know. I could find out. I mean, email Alex.
we could
or
talk about that
something.
later,
Yeah. Sidetracked, but
Yeah.
yeah, for anybody that doesn't know about the Godzilla engine, dude, look it up. 7.3 liters of just girth. I don't know how else to explain it, and I beat on that thing. I beat on that thing like it owes me money, and it's been working out really well. Again, it could come apart tomorrow. I couldn't be mad at it.
Yeah.
You know,
And that was a crate motor too.
Crate
so like it
engine
was
from Ford.
brand fucking new.
brand new,
Well, how much was that? How much was a crate?
$7,500, brand new.
Ah, I
That was
wouldn't-
complete from
I wouldn't
throttle body
expect-
to oil
yeah.
pan, balancer to flywheel.
Do you know how much they go for? Like if you just pulled them out of a car? Used?
They're kind of all over the place. To be honest, you can find some of the van engines for anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500, something like that.
Really not that bad.
You can typically find the pullouts where they converted one of the transit vans into electric. You can get a low mileage pullout engine, transmission, harness, and everything for usually $6,000 or less. For like if you want to do a full swap, you know.
I mean, shit, dude.
But for me, I just wanted just the engine because
Yeah.
I was using everything else.
And now what's how much power did we pull out of that car? NA? Obviously, it's still NA,
before
but-
tax or after tax?
Give us both. Fuck it.
So before tax, you know, the number everyone wants to talk about. Keep in mind, this is a stock engine from Ford. I pulled the factory cam out that had never been started, slid a BTR Truck Norris camshaft into this thing. Stock springs, lifters, push rods, everything. No springs required. 640 to the flywheel and like 590 torque. Once that was run through the ACT dual disc, the MT82, which isn't a nice transmission on horsepower, and through the 8.8 straight axle on a 295 tire, which isn't nice on horsepower numbers, it still made 511 horsepower and 490 something, basically 500 foot-pounds of torque to the tire.
Just an NA motor.
Just
So
a
crazy. NA with a
stock
cam.
Dude, and the best part is, so BTR, obviously, I'm still working with them for this season, and they just shipped me a new cam with valve springs and lifters for the engine. This new U231 cam that they have, which should add, if I remember right, it'll allow me, once I do pistons and rods, it'll allow me to make horsepower up in 7,500 RPMs. And then we'll also, how can I put it? Blah, blah, blah. Let me make horsepower up top, but then, I don't know where else other than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I screwed that part up. But anyway, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I remember what I was going to say. It should add about 40 more horsepower to what it currently is.
Wow.
But what it does, it's 40 more horsepower, but it moves the power band up
higher, yeah.
up higher, which will complement the intake and also complement where that engine needs to be for my wheel speed and everything on track. Because 6,500 RPMs currently is my limiter, and I could really use another 1,000 RPMs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So this will help move everything up. So a little more horsepower, but I'm making it where I need to be. So, and then of course, if I do nitrous or something like that on top, then sky's the limit kind of deal.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, is what it is.
Damn.
Mhm.
So I hope more people start using. I know they're still kind of expensive for the average person, but I'm really surprised people don't start trying them in FD and stuff. That's
Me too. I know something. I can't say it, but
okay, that's fair.
But maybe in the next little bit, maybe we'll start seeing an engine like that in FD. Maybe like a de-stroked version of it, like a 6.8 liter version of it or something, to where you can spin it up there 8,000-9,000 RPMs kind of deal. I think it would be really good. The only thing that's really, in my opinion, that kind of holds it back in the performance world, because don't get me wrong, like Brian Wolf's car, stock block, stock crank, stock heads, of course, ported heads and like field block and stuff, but it's making like 2,200 to the hubs.
Yeah.
So I mean, the engine can make a ton of horsepower, but it's still, at the end of the day, an iron block. So it's still kind of heavy. It's like, if I remember correctly, it's 90 pounds heavier than the Coyote.
Damn.
Yeah.
And they're not obviously going to make an aluminum block for that, right? Or is it in the works?
I don't think Ford's going to do an aluminum block for it, because at the end of the day, they made that engine to be a workhorse, a truck and a van engine, low RP. Like when they originally designed that engine, it was supposed to turn like 4,500 RPMs. like
That's embarrassing.
dude, yeah, like straight up, like what? Why? Why would you do that? But obviously they raised the limiter. But I don't think Ford will ever make the aluminum block, unless they would do something cool like bring back the Boss 429 and de-stroke a 7.3 to make it that. It'd be kind of cool. But I'm sure the aftermarket world, I'd be shocked if someone isn't working on an aluminum block at this time. Because if they could do that and get the weight out of that and still have all that like all that cubic inch and stuff, hell yeah. Like, there you go.
You ought to find someone doing that.
With all the abundance of time I have.
Saying
I know.
we could test
I
a free
know.
aluminum block.
Dude, I'd love to. And dude, if there's anyone out there that wants to do it and then test it, like, yo,
We'll make some cool media.
we'll make some damn cool media over it for sure.
Mm.
And don't worry if it blows up, we won't post it. But
No, yes, we would.
oh yeah, we would for
You
sure.
have to.
Yeah.
But
It is
damn.
what it is.
So what? Okay, then, what's in the works as of right now that is in the near future that they can expect to see soon?
First quarter of this year alone, the S197 ankle kit that should be completed in this first quarter, and then the ROM toms or range of motion stands.
Oh yeah, we didn't touch on those.
Yeah, so the range of motion stands that we've built, which I don't know if you want to insert
Yeah, those
them here. Yeah. Those are going to be pretty cool. They're pretty much ready to release now. Those two things for sure in the first quarter. And then I've got some silly little things, like little lockout pieces that I need to finish. They may make it into the first quarter. They're going to be one of the first things that lead into the S550
Okay.
rear suspension
Cool.
stuff. But those things first quarter, dude, the second quarter of this year should be pretty hot. Sway bar and then more S550 stuff and then some other little knickknacks and stuff like that along the way. And man, this year is going to be, well, hell, I was just talking to Tom about it like yesterday, I believe it was. He's like, dude, this year is going to be crazy.
Mm.
The amount of stuff that we're going to be pumping out, and like I can't wait. And it's going, for the most part, it's going like super smooth.
Yeah.
You know, so that's something that kind of lets me know that we're doing things right,
Mhm.
is that it's going smooth. Now, granted, it's not from lack of effort, because Lord, I put in the hours. There's no doubt there, and so does he. But and then, well, of course, so does Shane, Corey, everybody. You know, everybody's put in the hours to try to do this and, you know, bring these things to life, so to speak. So it's
Getting there.
it's getting there. It's getting there. It's gonna be fun. And of course, you know, with all the stuff going on with the race program as well, with the addition of the Toter and all the work I've been doing to
That's
that.
what I'm bringing up next as a toter.
Well, we're here. You know.
Okay, then yeah, because like, so you kind of went through a predicament that, in a different way, that a lot of drivers are gonna go through if they're chasing a more competitive route.
Sure.
So you were dealt with a dilemma of, do I go with a bigger rig? Do I get a bigger trailer? Do I get, like, there was a whole bunch of shit we
Oh,
were
yeah.
trying to figure out.
Yes.
So why did we eventually end on a toter?
So, okay. Hopefully this helps other people's decision making in the future and whatnot. Like if you continue to pursue drifting and especially if there's more than one of you, like you and your bro, like me and Shane, for instance, or whatever, like the trailer in which to facilitate two cars plus parts plus, you know, everything else starts getting rather large, right? And then what you'll find is a trailer's never big enough. Whatever trailer size you think you need, buy bigger. Like, I'm just here to tell you, you think you need a 34? Buy a
Add 2 feet.
38. Like,
At least.
like, think you need a 48? Buy a 53. Like, I'm not joking. You can never buy a trailer that's big enough. That's just the way it works. It's like a garage. You're always going to fill it. So I had the F350, the 1 ton, and the 34-foot enclosed and whatnot. We were hauling two cars in, plus all the stuff, and we're loading down the truck and everything. And I'm like, yo, like, maybe I should get a bigger trailer. You know, I was like, okay, well, where can I go with this? Well, I could get a 53-foot enclosed. And I was like, well, the deck space in which you haul the cars is still almost the same. I was like, well, the only thing I'm gaining there is the overhead storage. I'm like, that's cool. But then I realized that the overhead storage is just the same thing that my bed of my F350 was. I'm like, okay, well, if getting longer doesn't really work, maybe I should go up and go with a stacker. Well, I know y'all have seen, you know, horror stories of these guys with oh, I'm on my way back from FD in California, and I just blew the rear end out on my F350 or my 3500 Dodge or, my Chevrolet and whatnot. It doesn't matter what brand it is at that point. You're asking something out of a truck that was never really designed to have that kind of axle weight sitting back there. And what people don't realize is that they will do it for a while, but there's only so long, that much heat before things start failing. So I was like, man, I don't really want to do that, right? Because if I do that, I want to get a bigger truck. I'm like, well, should I get a bigger truck? That was where that kind of led to. It was like, well, should I get a bigger truck? Do I really need a bigger truck? And all this. So I started doing research, dude. I have been looking at toters, I kid you not, for almost 2 years, Shane. Yeah, straight
Easily,
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, on and off. Not. Yeah. But like, I've been looking at them for like 2 years, getting my feel of like what something like this would cost. So I start doing all this stuff in my head. I'm like, well, okay, Airbnbs. Like whenever us three go to an event, like an Airbnb can get expensive. Like, do you remember when we went to New Jersey? Like,
Oh yeah, I
that
know New
was-
Jersey housing is not
Dude,
cheap.
I want to say that Airbnb costs $1,200 or $1,400 for that weekend.
I was gonna guess $2,000.
It may have been more.
The big one, the plantation.
Yeah, the plantation. It may have been actually no. I think it was like 1,800. Now I think about it.
I would have guessed for something like that. Yeah, $2,000, easy. It has so many bedrooms. The place was massive.
It was massive. In the same way, like Ford Fest, like the big, again, like plantation size house, because you typically end up having to get a bigger house than what you really think you should.
And then you gotta invite more people to stay there, so
Yep.
that the price goes down. And,
Yep,
and no offense, but like sometimes you don't want to be in a big house full of people.
Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm like, well, a toter would eliminate that cost. I'm like, okay. But fuel mileage. I was like, oh man, a semi, like I'm used to what I was raised around with semis, and we're talking 3.5, 4, maybe 4.5 miles to the gallon. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I can't afford that. Start talking to people that have toters that are pulling race car trailers, and they're like, no. They're like, absolutely not. They're like, yeah, this one with this engine, blah, 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 pulling this trailer, they're like 8 miles a gallon. I'm like, well, my truck gets
Better.
I was like, my truck gets between 9 and 10 pulling the trailer. I'm like, lo and behold, I found the listing for the one that I currently bought. And of course, I thought it was a typo. I genuinely didn't think it had a 50 series Detroit. I thought it was a 60. But it turned out to be a 4-cylinder. And of course, you was there talking to them. They
To
were,
anyone that doesn't understand semis, just hearing the fact that a 4-cylinder is in one,
yeah,
my
mind
mind exploded.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, yeah, like we're pulling 53-foot horse trailer, like 6 horses and all this stuff. And they're like, yeah, we're getting like 10.5 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's probably close to the same weight, same aerodynamic as my trailer. Like, I'm like, I should get similar to that. And of course,
Aerodynamics will be way better now.
yeah, for sure. Because the truck is actually cutting the wind, not the trailer. So yeah, that's what I went with. And it come to find out, you can buy toters for what you can buy used 1-ton dualies for. It's same price.
After he had just bought a newer dually too.
Cheaper than that dually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
To
it
put
was.
That truck was cheaper than that dually.
Yes. The toter was cheaper than what I paid for my 2017 F350.
By God, it's
And-
got so many more features too, dude.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
See?
Yeah, more.
Well, arguably more, yeah. And plus, it's got a shitter, boys. Dude,
Dude, I
it
can
gotta
piss
stop.
and edit on the road in comfort.
280 gallons of fuel. You don't have to stop unless you just want to.
Yeah.
And, so not only was the truck overall cheaper than what I paid for my 2017 F350, it gets basically the same fuel mileage, but it can tow more. And working that truck to tow is going to be way less work than what it was on the 1-ton.
Yeah.
And for me, how can I put this? The Toter made sense in the concept of I have room now for all three of us, for all of our stuff. We have underbody storage. We've got plenty of room to walk around inside the cabin. When we get to the fucking like the place, like the event that we're at, dude, like we have a place to come get out of the heat or the rain or whatever it is, place to sleep, edit, or just chill and all that stuff. And then one of the big things I think Shane was the most freaked out about was when I called and put insurance on the Toter.
That shit pissed me off.
Dude, right?
Boy.
Right? Dude, so like insurance on like my F-350. Okay. And keep in mind my age, and my driving record is finally clean, so to speak. I think full coverage on that truck still costs me like $180 a month kind of deal. Full coverage on the RV, because that's what it's licensed as. I think, what was it, 50?
I thought
No,
it
it
was like
was
$30,
less than-
bro.
$38.
No, it was, because it was like 500 and like
Bro, when I
$80
tell
a
you
year.
I gasped. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I was so fucking mad.
Yeah, it was for
I've
the
never
year.
in my life heard
Yeah.
of any vehicle's insurance being less than $50.
Yeah.
You?
I have liability on that car, and it's $80. $80. I drive it 100 miles a year.
Hey, you think your insurance will cover what Vaughn did to
Oh
it?
my
I'm
god.
not gonna make a claim on that. 3 of my cars are $82 a piece. That was $82. The BMW is $82, and the truck's $82. All for liability. Liability.
Hear me out. License them as RVs.
If I could get away with it.
Yeah, for real.
The only way you can do it though is I think if it has like an actual shitter in it. I think it's the only way you can.
It has a bathroom?
Yeah, it has to have a bathroom. I
Just
think.
throwing this out here, they don't check to make sure any of it works.
Yeah,
when they
well,
inspect them.
If you show up with it already registered as an RV.
Oh well, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just
you showed up with an RV that's registered as an RV.
Yeah.
You show up with a King Mustang and be like,
You converted to an RV?
Like, what do you mean?
bro. I think you should just try it, see what happens.
I already got the antique. It's only $9.
This man,
I'm gonna push my luck.
this man over here trying his damnedest to just screw him out of.
And no CDL. Did you mention that?
Oh no, I didn't.
No CDL
Yeah.
required
No,
for an RV.
no
So-
CDL required for an RV. So yes,
Yo.
Specify you have to have the RV plate.
yeah, you have to have the RV plate. It has to be registered as a recreational vehicle, but in turn, you do not require any kind of special class of
So
license to be able to drive it, which is why like Shane and Dawson's going to eventually drive it. You just don't know it yet.
We'll see. I have the excuse to just be like, I gotta go edit.
Yeah. He's going to run that one into the ground. Laptop's dead. He's just over here.
Just clicking buttons.
Just clicking buttons. No, sorry, guys. I'm in the middle of this.
I pull out the ATEM. You're like, that's not even. Don't worry about it. It helps me edit.
It helps me.
Just switching computer screens.
Just switching screens. Guys, this is really important
my
podcast.
God.
I've got to edit real quick.
I'm sure we'll make some funny videos on their channels too.
Oh, yeah.
Of
for sure.
just like being in the Toter.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause that'll be crazy.
Oh, dude,
I'm sure, but
I'm nervous. I'm nervous of the fuckery that's
I'm
going to
not.
happen.
I'm fucking excited.
Dude,
I'm ready to go.
Dude, I already know. Okay, do you remember the scene in Billy Madison where Chris Farley's driving the school bus and he's just pissed and shaking and he's
Yeah.
just screaming at the kids? I feel like that's going to be me screaming at you two. Shut up!
Shut the fuck
Shut up! I'll turn this thing around. Just pissed. Dude,
The problem is there's 4 fucking captain chairs up front, so we can have 3 other people just bugging the shit out of you the entire time.
dude.
It's great.
Like I did the math the other day, by the way. I did the math the other day. Do you know how many people that thing will set? 14.
Damn.
We could potentially set 14 people in that
Wow.
if we wanted to.
That's pretty crazy.
Now ain't nobody being real like
Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean that's minus standing room.
Could have a
Right.
whole rave in there or something.
But yeah, you could technically have 14 people in that thing.
Fucking hell.
Crazy, right?
Jesus. The big black mobile.
The roadside thing. I don't know if we touched on that.
The roadside thing.
Like,
Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah. So that was another huge part of like why I ended up like being like, yes, the Toter is the right choice. Because think about this. The interstate system is set up to cater to commercial vehicles, which means
Yeah.
commercial brakes, commercial wheels and tires, and commercial parts on these vehicles. Well, Freightliner, number one, is one of the most common semis out there, or commercial vehicle that there can be. It takes standard size wheels and tires for a semi. So in the event that you're on your way somewhere and you have an issue, dude, roadside service. There's service trucks literally set up to come out and work on these things.
Mm.
You won't find that with a 1-ton dually, because a standard rollback cannot even haul a 1-ton dually.
Ah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that kind of event,
Wow.
like you pay for a semi wrecker to be able to haul a 1-ton dually.
Mm.
And so it costs you the same amount to get that 1-ton dually towed
That's
as
what
it
most
would a
people
semi.
don't tell you. That's
Dude,
crazy.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then think about it, like with especially like any newer model diesel, they've got these high pressure fuel systems on them. You know,
Mm.
where if
Mm.
Lord help you, a CP4 or something like that dies on the highway, you tow it to the nearest shop, it's going to be $10,000 to $15,000 to replace that. An entire engine for that semi, dude, you can buy them used all day, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000.
Damn, that's cheap. What?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Transmissions, $1,500 to $2,500.
What the fuck?
Rear ends, bro. You could. I'm not going to tell you that they'll give them to you, but you can find them cheap,
Wow. Got me contemplating, man. What the hell?
dude. Bro, and the thing
Sell my
is,
truck right now.
your starters, are no more expensive. The radiators in them, no more expensive than what they are for like my dually.
That
Like,
shit look 10 times easier to work on than any
dude,
truck
it's
I've
way
ever dealt
easier.
with in my
Everything,
life.
it's just everything's
Yeah.
bigger, but it's stupid simple to work on. At the end of the day, like the only component on that truck that I can't physically fix myself, like on the side of the road or anything, is literally the ECU. That's it. That's the only thing I don't know how to
Yeah.
fix.
And even then, you could probably just find another one.
You could probably Amazon Prime.
Well, yeah, literally, just I'll grab a hotel to be here in the morning. I don't know.
Yeah, like it's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Hmm.
And of course, I go back to again, everything on that truck is huge. So
Yeah.
pulling a, you know,
You're future proofed.
dude, pulling an 8,000 pound trailer with 6,000 pounds of cars in it is nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing for you're never going to wear the drive line out unless you just mistreat it, kind of deal. But
Right. Which
even then, it would take a lot of abuse because
testifying new burnout. So.
I mean, yeah, torture tests coming. But yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
so that's how I landed on a Toter, and I'm not telling everyone that y'all need to go buy a Toter because it's a big ass truck. It's inconvenient to
Gotta
get
be
it
able to
in.
Store it for one.
Yeah, it's inconvenient to store because it's so tall and big, and then it's inconvenient to get in and out of certain places and stuff because it's a big truck. But at the end of the day, especially if you're somebody that's used to driving a semi or something, dude,
Yeah.
buy it. Buy the Toter. Do the thing. You won't regret
I
it.
love it.
Or, fast forward a year from now, maybe I'm preaching the opposite, saying it's the worst thing I ever bought. But
You can't, because you might judge it off the fact that it's just old. Like the Toter on our truck, to put it in perspective, was built in the late 90s.
yeah,
Mm.
the truck's a 95.
Yeah.
The conversion was done in 1999.
Yeah, which is what I would venture most of the people who are in the 1-ton dually range would be buying.
probably.
So, is the possibility of the roof leaking and that stuff? Yes.
Yes.
And I feel like that's something that needs to be brought up. It's like you do have to put a little extra work into these things when you get them because it's an old camper for Christ's sake. Like it's gonna need roof sealant, which
mean,
we've done.
Yeah.
And like,
but keep in
it's
mind,
not, you need a little extra work.
dude.
Thank you.
but
I don't want to sugarcoat this.
no sugarcoat here. things are going to be old, and there's going to be stuff that needs Toter is going to need some love, and some things are going to be old, and there's going to be stuff that needs to be replaced. It just is what it is. But when you compare it to the price of a brand new one, like we've seen at PRI, that was $579,000.
Yes.
Like this is affordable. That's unobtainium.
Yes.
Like I don't even, I can't comprehend how people pay that for that and are cool with it. Apparently they are in a way different tax bracket than me. But
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up the because I know there's gonna be someone that's gonna be like, oh well, yeah, I can get this piece of shit one for 30 grand, and I have to put 40 into it. And it's like, no, you don't have to. Like you gotta go and look at them. If it's missing the interior, don't buy that one.
unless it's
10 grand.
unless it's 10 grand and you're a carpenter,
Yeah. Like you got to know how to do a little bit of work to them. Like there's obviously things that we're going to learn as well.
right? We're going to learn a lot in this.
I don't think we can fully judge it after a year because there is a lot to learn. Like I like if we were somebody who'd been RVing before, because it really is just an RV.
Yeah, it
Like
really
it
is.
wouldn't be that much of a learning curve.
We
but-
have been RVing.
Yeah, on the RV simulator or whatever the hell the game's
RV
called.
there yet?
RV there yet? Yeah, I don't know. I really just wanted to bring that up because I know people are going to be skeptical
No,
still because it is a giant truck,
You're
it's this big,
absolutely right.
crazy thing.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, understand that you buy a economy, like a affordable Toter, that there's going to be issues. It's with anything that's that age. And yeah, like we proactively, slightly reactive because we kind of seen the issue coming, but proactively, tore into the roof on that thing, resealed everything, coated it. And then the reason I went with that Toter in particular is because I'm not a carpenter. At the end of the day, I can't work with wood to save my life.
I can.
Good for you. I can't. I'm not good with it. I get frustrated with wood and anything involving it other than a pallet. But I knew, for me, I know mechanical things. And so I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, the interior, good. I'm like, that's great. That's the one thing that I'm not good at. The paint, whatever. The body, whatever. Mechanical, whatever. Doesn't bother me. So that's why I chose what I chose. And again, if you're a carpenter, dude, yeah, buy one that the interior's gutted on, but has good outsides.
I'll say it too. Like the one that we bought, there's so many different variants of them that they all cater to your need. Like we looked at a different one that was a ramp truck, like an enclosed ramp truck.
Yep.
That we could still tow the trailer with, and then use the enclosed ramp truck as a portion of storage because it also had sleeping quarters. Which, if you were a solo person doing this with one car, that would be fantastic.
That'd be the
I
ultimate
would sell
setup.
my truck in a heartbeat if I was solo doloing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that truck, that was an insane truck to have.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the big thing that turned me off on that truck was that it was a medium duty truck.
That is true. The thing too, it wasn't a full semi either. That was like a
Correct.
like a 650 series, like a 6500 truck.
Yeah,
So-
somewhere there. The
Okay,
medium.
yeah.
It would have done 40 up a hill. It was going to
Yeah.
be a little rough for the amount of stuff that we were bringing, but literally to tow my car, I'd do 70 all day.
Yeah, if you just threw the one car in the ramp, just you solo dolo, limited stuff, yeah, it would be great for that. But with 3 dudes, some room for 3 people, not just one dude, and then 2 cars and all the wheels, tires, the all the stuff for the booth and stuff, like that thing was going to struggle. Like we were going to be floorboarded everywhere we went, and it was going to be fighting God to try to get up hills.
I guess just all toters aren't the same, so you kind of got to look for what you need really.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like a big stress point too, because if you could show him your Facebook of all the toters that he has saved on, there's probably 100.
Dude,
I've sent him a million of them myself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, then they're all within less than $60,000.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of them are 60 grand with a stacker trailer with it.
dude, yeah, dude, that was the thing that would get me is
Alan
like,
from Bridgemoto was selling his rig and his stacker all together, and it was
yes,
maybe like 10 grand more than what we paid for this toter, right? Wasn't it? No, maybe a little more than that.
so
but
I remember that one specifically because it was a L model Ford, like a late 70s L model Ford.
Yeah, yeah.
And that thing was, dude, if you wanted to pull up looking like 1979, that was
That's
the
the
rig.
one.
And I loved it. It was hot. And I want to say it was like 50, 60 grand for the whole thing. That was truck, a toter with a stacker trailer.
Yeah.
Like, and you can find those deals all day. That's the crazy part about this is like you can find someone, you actually, the amount of ones that I looked at that would trade down to like a 1-ton truck and an enclosed. They'd be like, hey, we're downsizing our racing. Like we would trade this big rig with this big trailer for a smaller truck and smaller trailer, And I get it. I mean, I understand. Like if you're not taking it very serious and you don't have a ton of things to take with you or a whole team.
What's the
Yeah,
if that's the event guy, maybe do a 2-day once a year. What's the point? Yeah, that's the thing too. You don't have to pull a giant trailer behind it. You can put your 1-car trailer behind it. If you're going to these events, like if you want to go to Grid Life, take the toter so you can stay there all weekend. You don't have to buy a $2,000 Airbnb.
That's true. Or camp in a tent.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
that's the thing too. Like if you have a family, it's great for that. And then if you want to use it for something outside of racing, it is still an RV.
Yeah.
Like you can take your family and go to Florida tomorrow.
Yes. At the end of the day, you still have an RV.
I'm very much pro toter at this point.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
Truck, if you're gonna have a race program or even do anything for more than one day, pro toter.
Dude, I want this clip saved.
I think I might need to learn how to drive this fucking thing.
You need to learn how to drive
I'm
it.
like really getting convinced that I should be having one myself.
You honestly, for what you do, yeah.
I've thought about it like heavily.
We
if
need
I
this
should.
clip saved for in the event that it goes awry. It's like Dawson wrecking the toter or like the toter just
Dude, that'd be
fucking
so
falling
fun.
apart. Like we could go back to this clip.
First road. No, I'm not even gonna say that.
No, you shut your
mind.
mouth.
Never
No, no bad juju.
That sucker already broke. It already got its one breakdown out of the way on the way
It
home.
wasn't even a real breakdown. It was the fuel filter got clogged.
Yeah.
You're the guy in the Prius behind you. I couldn't breathe in the damn Prius.
Oh my god. It was trip home, but that was fun. That was a fun trip home. But I will say this, even though we got stuck in standstill traffic for over an hour and all this stuff, I was so comfortable the whole time, dude. The truck, air ride suspension, air ride cab with the air ride seat. I'm telling you, I just felt like I was like floating going down the road.
Just driving on a pillow.
Dude, it was so good. So good. Like I'd hit a big like bridge, like with a ton. Y'all know the difference is when you hit a bridge and shit like bounces. Like, dude, my 1-ton. Y'all know, y'all ride in it, especially in the
I
back
have
seat.
permanent back damage from that fucking truck.
Dude, yeah. The gray one.
Sorry,
the gray
yeah.
one, yeah. Dude, you remember just
Pretty nice.
boom, like it just shakes the truck, right?
Like, it rides. First of all, cab mounts, and then the drive shaft was seized. It actually
Yeah.
doesn't ride that bad.
Yeah, now that the suspension moves and the cab doesn't. But dude, I would see like that big pothole or something on the interstate when I was driving home, and I'm like freaking out, and like I would hit it in the truck, and like I could feel the steering wheel, kind of shimmy because the front wheel's hitting, and I could hear stuff in the back of the truck like shaking around, but you don't feel it like that in the seat. It's just
Interesting.
yeah, dude, so good. So
Yeah, we didn't take it on a long enough test drive when I was in it, so
no,
I didn't really get to feel it.
Shane's done called it, and I think you're going to agree. I know I'm agreeing with it already. Y'all going to have a problem getting me out of the toter at events. Like, Matt, you got to go drive. It's like, nah. Y'all, keys in it.
I'm not putting up with this.
Drifting these so bad so he could just hang on the tote.
It really was, dude. Like, straight up, I told Shane, like, I'm disappointed that you didn't pay for the season pass. I was like, I was really looking forward to the whole Dissel thing. And he's like, yeah. I was like, dude, I get to drive you up there in the toter, just hang out in the toter all day, walk out while you're driving, come back in.
Just
You just
chill.
told me that. I was rolling solo on the open trailer up there.
Dude, I'd be in there straight up on like Hulu watching some like How I Met Your Mother or some shit. Big Bang or something.
You should have just asked him to pay for it.
Well, he wouldn't.
No, Scott
Damn.
ruined that.
Ah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He ruined it
I can't
for.
get the family discount.
for every-
He's gonna release ticket allegedly.
You need a soundboard, Dawson. It's so bad.
Well, he's gonna release ticket allegedly.
Oh, really?
That's how I think it works. So, like, there's a certain amount of season passes on there. They drop tickets for both things, Dissel and D1GP.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can still snag tickets like a month before. But if the season pass, you might want to. I don't know if you need to bleep this out or whatnot, but it's $900 for the season pass. So I'd venture to say it's $300 to $400 around, right? Given that the season pass is usually like discounts like $100 around, I would imagine it's $400.
I mean, here's the thing though. Even at $300 or $400 for the round, you could at least do one and see.
Yeah. So does my car work and does it work very well? Do I want to spend $900? Because my realistically, yes. Does my car work and does it work very well? Yes, but it makes 200 horsepower, and these guys are out here 400 to 600 horsepower.
Yeah,
I don't want to get stopped first round and be screwed.
Insert clip of us dooring James Dahl in this Corvette with your car.
Yeah. Well,
It's like it might be 200, but it's mighty.
He's gripped up.
I know. Lord help.
No shot at James Dahl, but like,
Dude, no, you've
he's not a
doored
good
me.
driver.
You've doored me in your car. You know.
Yeah.
If I give you bro line on a loose tire, like you can run right with me.
Yeah.
But
you know those guys are a little stiffer though. Is the thing. It's like they're like, I want to see a normal drift battle, not me cutting some line, fucking get shit done. So
I mean,
that's kind of where I am. It's like
at the same time
if
though,
my car had 350 horsepower, I'd be like, yeah, I could fucking hang for sure. Like I'd have no problem.
listen,
But-
I'm telling you right now, if I see a little under horsepowered car back there, absolutely driving 10 tenths, even if he has to cut a little bit of line, but he's just there every transition. Bro, that's hard to beat. Like straight up, that's hard to beat. I'm just
I don't know,
saying.
I think I'd be much better off getting my feet wet, doing the one round, make sure it's something
I
I want to
agree.
do.
I agree.
Because
I
I've
agree
already
with
been
that.
accepted.
Yeah.
And like,
I would do a normal round and a fun day,
yes.
and then go from there.
So, because the second round's in Michigan, I found out. It's not all at Killcare. That's Killcare, Michigan, Killcare.
Yeah. So let's just do one round.
Yeah, I want to do the first round. If I do super well, like top
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
I'll buy into Michigan. And I'll take Michigan.
Yeah. I think that's a reasonable way to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you're a drifter, so obviously you just need to buy the season pass and go into it completely.
Well, yeah. If I went to go to the damn hospital, I would have bought it. Okay, jackass.
Oh
The limit on the credit card's only so high.
drifter. Yeah.
Oh,
God,
that checks out.
you gotta love it.
Oh.
Gotta love it. I mean, hell.
Jesus. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot.
It was a lot.
Did we miss anything? I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, both cars,
Ray
all the
guns.
above.
New parts coming.
If you could build any chassis in the world besides a Mustang, what would it be? I've never asked you this.
Really? You can't guess?
Besides a Mustang? Oh, well, wait. No, I can't. Right?
Come on.
I can guess. I know what it is. 'Cause I'm an idiot.
Dude,
He's
I
had one other drift car in his life, and it's that one.
I love them. I love them. E46, bro. Or E36,
When the
either
fuck
one.
did you have an E46?
No, I've owned several. Yeah. Like I've had
Well, you said as a drift car.
I've
I was
had
like,
the
dude,
323, like the little wagon, the silver wagons. I've had a 325. And then I've got another 325.
Then why is
sitting
it so
here.
fucking hard to convince you to make BMW parts? Like
I
even
want
the
to make
slightest BMW
part.
part.
I want to make BMW parts. I do. I'm just busy with other things.
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Well,
The market's saturated already, so making it isn't a huge thing, like versus making a challenger thing that's still something that's up and coming. And we're also big into this. Let's finish the Mustangs first.
yeah.
And we're already a huge American. Pretty much our main demographic is American.
You're not thinking of all the people that have tried this company or that company and they didn't have the best experience with it,
Oh, I get
and
it.
they definitely don't like the other company, so like
Oh, yeah.
they'd want to go some. I'm just saying, it may be flooded, but it ain't as flooded as the Z market
True. I don't.
out of them. I think W's have so much more progression they could
Dude,
still get out of them. That's true. Yeah. SLR's pretty cheap.
kind of does.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the glory of a market is that people are always waiting for the next new thing.
Maybe.
You know. And guess what? I'm gonna give it to them.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, is there anybody you want to shout out or anything?
They didn't put me on the spot, bro. Yeah, I'd like to like to shout myself out. You know, for doing all that. No. No. On a real note, the people I want to shout out. Number one, all the employees. I got to give it to Shane, Paris, Corey, even Tom, and all you guys, even Dawson, dude. I got to give it to everybody around me because I'm one dude. I can't do it all, and I'm not great at everything. Clearly, that's why I have all these guys, and I appreciate them more than they know. And I hope they know that at this point. And then just a shout out to all the customers and stuff, y'all that's been supporting us. Y'all liked keeping us in business and whatnot. And I hope that y'all liked what you've seen and are excited about new things that are coming. And just keep supporting us and keep watching what we're doing. So,
If there's anything you want to see made, put that in the comments too.
yo, throw it in there. But I do have limits as to how much
Yeah,
I
that's
can
true.
make. There's only so much time in the day, unfortunately. So
Oh, hell yeah.
Tell them where we're going this year.
tell them where we're going
Tell
this
them what
year.
we're doing this year.
Yeah, do that.
Which things?
All of them.
All of
All
them?
the big ones that we're going.
All right. All right. If you want to come see the cars, all right, it's real simple. You can get a ride in them too. So the Mustang weeks. There's one in Texas, Galveston, Texas. It's like April 16th through 18th, I believe. We're going to be there. We'll be there. We'll set up. We're going to have a booth, and so you can get parts, you can get ride-alongs in the cars, whatever you want. We'll also be at the Mustang Week that's in North Carolina. I can't remember the date. I think it's like August 28th, somewhere around there. We'll be doing drifting, paid ride-alongs there as well. Come catch a ride of the cars, man, if y'all want to see those. Ford Fest, we do that every year. Love that place. It's a great time, get out there with all the bros. It's more of a bro event, get to see the homies and stuff, but at the same time, it's a good time. Come out, check out the cars there too as well. And then we'll be doing some other events, potentially one in Nashville here coming up in April as well. And then, Fuel Fest, Chicago. That's right, Chicago, we're coming. How'd your wife? How'd your kids? No, but we'll be doing Fuel Fest in Chicago again. Ride along event. Y'all want to come ride in the cars? Check them out. I mean, honestly, at this point, come ride in both and tell us which one you like more. Because I already know the answer, but Shane won't accept it.
Sorry, my car's just that good. I can't accept it.
Oh, that's what he thinks. But yeah, so those are all the big events where you could come out, check out the cars, and take ride-alongs. We'll be at other small local events here as well, in like Beach Bend and Bowling Green, and we'll probably hit some elevated concept events and maybe some down bad drift events as well, kind of local to the area. So, but yeah, come check us out this year.
Fuck yeah. Well, I'll be there too for most of them, I think.
Yeah, y'all want to come
So,
like
if you
look
do
at
ever
Dawson.
see me not on the podcast situation, that's where I'll be. But yeah, well, again, thanks for letting me take up some little extra time. I know I was here to do some media for you, but
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
all good.
we kept after hours for a little bit. Thank you to Shane for staying and doing that.
Yeah.
The switcher. I figured your ADHD brain would love it.
Dude,
Now that that flashy lights and the mic aren't a problem, I'm so much less scared. I just gotta press these and talk shit back here.
dude, I'm telling you right now, Dawson, how much is a soundboard?
It depends what type. I mean, if you want to be able to have a bunch of different options, you just get a Steam Deck and make it a.
Dude,
So they're like what? I think for
bro,
like a 12 button one is like 150, $200, something like that.
bro, I swear, like I want us to shoot another episode just so we have an excuse to have a soundboard.
I used to do the soundboard thing. My old recorder had 4 buttons on it that you could assign an audio to, and it was funny for a while, but it just kind of ended up being cheesy because I never swapped them out.
yeah,
anything.
yeah, no, I can get that.
We can set up a camera. I mean, you'll be at FTs this year, some of them, so you're more than welcome. We can set up a camera on you, and you can help me talk shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Back
dude.
here. Oh, dude, get Matt Field in front of me right now. I was like, Corvette treating you, bitch.
So, Matt Field, what's your problem with Mustangs?
Oh my god.
Why do you keep running over them?
No, I need Vaughn here. Vaughn, I got a new door. The camera can't see it right now. A door still.
Guess he never sent that invoice, huh?
Dude, Tyler actually wrote me an invoice for Mustang Week.
Yeah.
That said another new door.
Dude, it was great. All in good fun, though.
Let me know if
Send him
you
a
wanna
check
see
for that
that.
door. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but no, seriously, Vaughn, you should send him a check for that door.
Crazy shit. That'd be hilarious. Even if we just did like one special episode where it was just like total satire or something. You know,
100%.
just fucking
Just
bullshit.
100% absolute, dude. Rag on each other and everyone. No one's safe.
Yeah. Not mention it at all.
Yeah.
Okay, we better close this out before we get in trouble.
Yeah. We got close. We could go all night.
Yeah, we could. We do this all the time, so.
Yeah. This is event to event. Yeah. This is us in the Toter. Like event to event. Dawson, are you gonna close this out or what, dude?
I'm trying.
Dude,
I'm
hurry
trying
up.
here.
The people want to
All right.
go.
That's it. We're done. Shane, shut the fuck up. Matt, shut the fuck up.
No.
We're leaving. Bye.
Bye.
No, but on a serious note, thanks, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Bye. All that cheesy shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Dude, change
A couple of switches here at the end.
Oh.
Dude, you gotta come and press these buttons. It's so fun.
The buttons are actually really. Yet another great episode this week with Synergy Race Development and Matthew Glasscock. I actually know them very well, so this one was very easy and like just a normal conversation for the most part. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you think I missed anything and you want to clarify any other questions you may have, feel free to leave them in the comments and let me know who you guys want to see on in the future, because events are around the corner and we're about to start stacking up podcasts. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.